What's going on, drone community? What is happening out there? Drone worship in your face and a little bit more energy levels, though I know I need more surgery here in the near future, biopsies and all that. I'm trying to put on a happy face and be that happy-go-lucky guy. Mel is going to be talking about this also on his stream. This was something I noticed. I'm sure it's already been discussed a few places, but I did want to bring awareness to my thoughts and opinions on this because obviously everybody's going to have thoughts and opinions on these types of things. And I would like to throw mine in the pot and see what other people think. I'm also going to be inviting people into the chat or into the room if they would like to join. Joseph, what is happening, my brother? How's it hanging, brother? My weekend is going good so far that I know of. Andrew, what's happening? So, yeah, we're going to talk about this. Why open source, I think, is just the best route to take at this point. Holy mackerel, it just jumped from 1 to 13. Brent, how we doing, man? How's it going, brother? Yeah, there's a little backspace in there. But so check this out. For those of you guys who don't know, DJI has been creating an app that allows the general public, and I'm talking anybody in the general public, to be able to download this app. And if you're flying on, they say Wi-Fi, and they're not just specifically stating DJI drones, but I have a feeling that's what it is. I think you would find it's probably pretty hard to track my 3DR Solo with an app, considering it doesn't answer to anybody. Not to say it couldn't happen, but we shall see about that. So, Manic, good to see you, buddy. David, how's it going? So, basically, DJI is stating that they have created this app that allows you to tap into a drone signal through Wi-Fi and be able to read relevant information about the drone. Like, let's say you logged a flight or you were using it for commercial use. Apparently, they'll be able to see that, kind of like an ADS-B setup. And yes, I agree with that, Joseph. That's what I kind of want to get into. Is that I see this as being a gigantic complication for the entire drone market, the entire drone community across the board. Is I don't know why DJI would ever want to do something like this. And I could understand law enforcement or FAA being able to do these types of things, but to give that power to the general public scares me for a number of reasons. Number one, they're saying that if they do are curious about this drone that's flying in the sky, they can just tap into this app and wait a second, it'll communicate with the drone, and then your registration number will come back, your current flight plan, what you're there for, whether hobby or commercial. That scares me a bit because now they have your registration number. Let's say these people want to get you in trouble for something. How easy would that be? Just to be like, well, hey, this guy was flying over my house. And now you, as a drone pilot, have to be extremely careful with every action and activity that you do with your drone, because you have to log all your flight data now. You have to show how long you're in the air for, be able to show proof of your destination, how long you sat hovered in certain areas. Like, I just don't see this as being a good thing, man. It seems like an easy way to get drone pilots in trouble, and I don't think this was a smart. Honestly, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and just say it, man. I've said it a couple other times. I think the hobby's dying. They're killing it. It's officially starting to die, and this is the first real phases of it. I think coming in is that you're giving the power to the public. Because if you stop and think about it, guys, just stop and think about this for 1 sec. What's up, Roland? I do see major problems coming with this app, and I see it creating major problems. Think about it this way. People were flying fixed-wing gliders, airplanes, remote-controlled jets, helicopters way, way, way before drones ever came along, and it was never an issue. And they were flying with cameras on them and doing all sorts of other stuff. Now that drones are here, all of a sudden it's a big deal. I just don't understand that. I did just for my own peace of mind, I went ahead and did a little studying myself, and I found out that there were 0 drone strikes in Florida this year. 0 drone strikes. A drone never hit anything, but there were 1,600 specific drone sightings by aircraft, yet not one of them Not one of them crashed into a drone. So out of 1,600 sightings, not one accident with an aircraft or a drone actually took place. But consider this. 4 actual crashes happened with helicopters this year in Florida. 2 of those accidents caused major death. People died because of those accidents. Not one of them had anything to do with the drone. There were also 7 emergency landings that took place, and 3 of those resulted in a crash, and 2 of those resulted in death. For airplanes, single engine, like Piper Archer and 75 class stuff. Yet not one drone has hit a helicopter, a airplane, anything. Instead, real aircraft is falling out of the sky, killing people before drones are doing these types of things to people. So I'm sorry, man. At some point, I just have to go, hey, I don't know where the government is getting their numbers from, but it seems like a lot of fear mongering to me just to get the general public to hate drones, or specifically kick us out of the airspace for reasons of commercial use for people like Amazon and all this other stuff. So I don't know, guys. I think giving the general public the ability to track drones whenever they're feeling it scares me. I think that scares me big time. I think I'm fearful for all of you that are flying DJI products, because probably out the hole, it's just going to affect DJI drones. So all of you better be keeping very good tabs on your flight locations, grabbing every single time you fly, time that you took off, the time that you landed, your current speeds throughout it. I would take a screenshot of your entire mapped out flight, just so they can see where you spent the majority of your time and what your trip route was. And it sucks. It sucks that you should have to do that. But if you can't prove your way out of a situation that somebody else creates for you, I would think that would cause some serious worry. You know what I'm saying? I think I would be, I'm scared at this point. I am scared for all of you. Okay. Now I fly open source products, which we've gone over this numerous times again and again and again. I'm not going to spin it towards you guys. Most of my stuff probably won't be able to be tracked by any apps. Okay. Whether it's Wi-Fi based or not, these aren't going to be communicating with DJI's app. I can almost guarantee you that the 3D RSL is not communicating with DJI. So I think this is more towards DJI stuff. So you Autel users, Yuneec users, Parrot users, you'll probably be fine. Hubs and whatever the hell else is out there. If you bought a piece of crap X Dynamics drone, well, that's your fault, but probably won't be caught up in it either. Let me catch up on the chat here. This is very interesting. Like I said, I don't know how it's going to work. I agree, Joseph. I really don't. 18 are right? Fuck them. Yes. Gilbert Drone Services. I've never seen an industry with so many solutions for problems that don't exist. Exactly. They are trying to create problems that just aren't there. More real aircraft are killing people than drones ever did. Okay, and I'm talking civilian-operated consumer-based drones, even prosumer grade. Okay, they're not just killing people. Real aircraft is taking people out before drones are actually causing any kind of real issue for anybody. I have yet to see the proof. The Gatwick incident, that was the silliest thing I'd ever seen in my entire life. Okay, there are just numerous sightings at airports, yet nobody is ever able to provide any proof. And then I hear these stupid stories about airplanes coming in for a landing and they're traveling at 180 miles per hour. You are not going to see a phantom drone at 180 miles an hour coming in for a landing. Okay, you won't see that until you're off the deck when you've slowed down to about 100. Okay, 70 coming in for that nice glide landing. At 180 miles an hour, it's going to be a blur and it's gone. You didn't see nothing. They're like, oh, it shined like a bright star in the sky, and I saw it. It was definitely a drone. Come on, man. Come on, dude. Really? Bogus. It's bogus. You have no idea. For all you know, you saw a sparkly, shiny dot off the water that reflected up. Some stupid kid in his back lawn with a laser beam like shining it in your eyes. I'm just saying, guys, this whole thing is ridiculous and it's gotten out of control. And, as much as we decided to fight it and get our Congress involved and, sign all these petitions and try to contact the AMA to solve these problems with us and try to band together, it has done absolutely nothing to be effective for us and our hobby. I think the government has already made up their mind. I think within the next year, probably year and a half, the hobby will be completely done for. The consumer side of things, or the commercial side of things, will probably still be around, very limited basis, but it'll probably still be around. But as far as multi-rotor, I have a feeling within the next year, you're really going to see some serious downfalls in the market. And then after that, it's just going to start phasing out. So as much as I hate to say that, that's pretty sure at this point that's where it's heading. So it's sad to think that way, but I'm almost positive that's what's going to happen. So yeah, man, underground FPV, I'm with it, man. That said, the SJW wackos will chase you down will, however, come after you because they hate drones. Yes, I know. Corkboard, how's it hanging, brother? I'm getting hooked on FPV building and now see the light. Yes, Gilbert, but I have to try to see both sides of it. I do like GPS, and I do like, I think a healthy mix of both. FPV and GPS is a way to go. I think having that healthy mixture is a positive thing. Don't just go slanted on one direction, man. Just because one day you're going to be like, damn, I wish I still had my Phantom 3 for this one very specific shot. And you're going to go, I don't have it. Oh, I wish I kept my Mavic. Oh, I wish I kept my Inspire. The one day that you actually need that shot or that ability to do that, you won't have it because you're like, I switched strictly over to, FPV. Well, now you have to go buy a GPS drone again. So, it is what it is. Look at the market, guys. The market is dead. It is dead. All you've had is the Skydio. Let me show you how dead the market really is. Okay. If you didn't notice, and I'm assuming most of you did not notice because nobody seemed to care, the Yuneec Mantis G dropped on everybody. Okay. Where are those reviews? Did anybody see those reviews anywhere? Oh. Well, they just, one person reviewed it and some guy in like the UK reviewed it. That's it. Right path. That's like, it just flew under the radar and kept going. That just shows you that the hype for the market isn't really there anymore unless it's DJI. If DJI is doing something, oh, lose my freaking mind. Oh my God, shots of drugs into my veins. I need to know more. Any other drone manufacturer, doesn't matter apparently, unless it's, Skydio is the big step up because they did something that we hadn't seen before. But other than that, all the other companies just got shoved aside, so yeah, Mantis Q. I thought it was the Mantis G, wasn't it? It's not the Mantis Q. I thought it was the Mantis G. Whatever. You guys get what I'm saying. Thing just flew right under the radar. Nobody even noticed it got dropped. Like I at this point, I'm pretty sure Best Buy was just like, oh my God, how many of these did we order? And nobody's buying them. Everybody that bought one returned it. Oh boy. So yeah, man. Isn't the laws on electronic surveillance no different than having an ankle bracelet? Yeah, well, for those of you flying DJI products, Gas, Thomas, what's up, man? Lon, trying to say hi to everybody as they pop in. I'm going to open the floor up, man. I think I've pretty much said my piece on this, and hopefully anybody else that jumps in, they'll have a minute. I'm going to be live for a little bit here, so give people an opportunity to come in if they want to. Thanks for stopping in up to this point. If you don't want to stick around for general drone discussion, feel free to go do whatever else you were going to do. But on your way out, please don't forget to smash the like button. Definitely helps. I try to bring you stuff like this when I think it's relevant. I'm not just out for views. I try to actually bring knowledgeable, relevant content to you. I don't just do things for just viewership. That's not what this is about. So I like opinions. I want people to be involved. I want to know what your thoughts are. So see if anybody pops in here. Ken Dono did get back to me. Says he has a photo shoot at like 12 and 1. So we're going to fly for about an hour. And after that, he says he's available. So hopefully by 3 or 4, Ken will arrive in our area and we'll strap him into some goggles and we'll let the kid fly FPV, man. I think that's what it's all about. I have all my batteries charged up now. They're all sitting over there. So we're good to go. I got my 2-inch, I got my 5-inch, and I got my 75 millimeter micros, and I'm ready to let her rip, Tater Chip. So yeah, Joseph, it's always good to see you, bro. Yeah, there was a Mantis Q at MSG. I'm just saying that the thing just came out and just like nobody even noticed. It's just like right under the radar. So no problem, dude. Band to the garage. Yeah, actually that might be fun, man. Going to a just popping in, Mr. Lon. Lon has pause the stream if you would. I can hear it. Just popping in, Mr. Lon. Lon.
What's up?
Hey, man, Robert. I just talked to you on Facebook earlier, brother. How's it going? Rob and me had a powwow. He just popped in here. He bought a Hubsan and didn't realize that Legacy was being discontinued, or they're decommissioning the old Legacy satellites. We had a long talk about that today. So Zeno is really the only thing that's going to be running GLONASS connection from Hubsan. Well, it should be running GPS and GLONASS, but a lot of their earlier products are only running Legacy. So it's falling under the same category as the Phantom 3, the 3DR Solo, unless you do the upgrade to the, what you already did. You did that a while ago. I just got around to doing it because I didn't see it as being an issue until now. So
yeah, the Karma as well. People
is it Legacy?
Away.
Really?
They don't have GLONASS, period. And
boy,
wasn't good to begin with.
Isn't it open source though? Isn't it like we were waiting for them to release that to us because it was going to be like the next 3DR Solo after it tanked? Everybody was waiting.
Maybe I'm not gonna lie. I gave up on it. I could get up and go get it. I mean, I gave up on it. It flew away from me one time too many, and I parked it.
Seriously, it tried to fly away.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. I mean, it would just lose GPS like that, man.
Yeah,
I mean, it's crazy. And then it would lose signal. So now you're really in trouble.
Roland's popping in. Robert said he fixed his drone by buying the upgrade transmitter, so I'm assuming you bought the advanced transmitter. Do I hear myself talking? No. Hello, Roland. Works for now. Like I said, Robert, just use it while you can, man, because once Legacy's been around since like the 70s and 80s, hasn't it? Legacy's been around a long time. So yeah, I think it's time that unfortunately, as much as I hate to say that, unless you can upgrade your GPS on your older drones, man, they're not going to function much longer.
Hello.
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 Are you talking about me?
I'm talking about you.
Are you talking about me?
You. You guys know Roland? Even though it's Roland, I call him Roland.
Roland.
Yeah, Roland. He does a FPV channel where he just shows your guys' footage all day that people that upload, and he is basically like FPV TV is what isn't that what we're going for here?
Drone TV, yeah.
Yeah, so, whatever. I like FPV.
Drones are also welcome, eh?
You should change it to FPV TV.
Yeah.
Sounds good, doesn't it? Sounds flowish.
It sounds good.
Like drone TV, like
everybody's in the FPV.
Yeah, it flows off the top.
Yeah, I also like the camera drones like you do. Then
you're not just trying to like do one thing. You want to try to kind of do both still. That's like me.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You can FPV, so. I liking all the footage, mate, from all the.
FPV. Yeah,
FPV,
absolutely.
And also like the shots you do, the backwards.
Yeah. This is an interesting question, Tiger P. I assume that you're talking about the update for, what the tracking app? Is that what this is about, or the GPS?
Using this for a mirror.
Oh no, I think he's talking about what you're talking earlier. about the app that people can see where you fly.
Yeah, well, and that was the question. DJI didn't go thoroughly into it. You know what I'm saying? Like they weren't specifying that it was just going to be DJI products that were going to be trackable. So I don't know how they're doing this. If they're going to like, I can't see Autel jumping on board with this. They're not going to want that. You know.
No, but I read it some info on it, and it should be possible, as I understand, to track every Wi-Fi
Signal.
drone connection.
Sure.
Yeah, it's flying there. That's what I heard.
Am I wrong in saying that OcuSync is still a type of Wi-Fi? Yes.
Yeah, I don't. I think they put OcuSync in there also, of course.
So that's why I said I feel like this could be bad for everyone.
I even think, Daniel, I even think that people that bought their HD goggles, from the DJI.
Yeah.
So you can go to the dark side, but you put on the HD goggles, and then they even they put you on as an FPV flyer on there.
Sure, but because that's done through Wi-Fi. But what about the analog signals? 5.8 shouldn't be trackable, right? They're not tracking 5.8 analog.
But if you're using the HD,
because they're Wi-Fi. Sure. Yeah. Absolutely. Tyler, I actually don't know. I'm just reading what they said. Basically, they're saying they've designed an app. They're not giving specific stuff about it yet. They're just saying it's going to be released in the first part of 2020, and it's going to be basically allow the general public to be able to track drones and get registration numbers from them and see what they're doing in the area at the time. Which that scares me. That really does scare me, man. Because if I'm just flying as a hobbyist, the last thing I want is somebody to know my registration numbers for no reason at all.
But also think about we're all flying some expensive stuff,
Sure.
We all got the transmitter, etc., etc. So people that have bad intentions, they can. Hey, look! Oh, there's some guy flying there with $600. Drone or a transmitter, etc., and
Rick's posted my GoFundMe. Thank you, Rick. I'm still not out of the woodwork yet, so that still is appreciated, my friend. I've got a whole nother 3 surgeries to go still. So yeah, man, I will not be working.
Hey, I popped in to talk about the situation. As I understand it, the FAA has mandated that all drones are going to have ADS-B on them coming next year. Yeah. So all this concern about being able to be tracked, that's gone. That next year everybody's going to be tracked.
Well, but that was different. Okay. The reason that was different though was because it was just going to be government and LEO that was going to be able to do it. Yeah. And now they're making that available. Everybody can check general public.
No, because if you have an enterprise, you can see every airplane in the sky. You can see, if you have a M2E, I can go grab it. Yeah, I got to pack it. You can see every airplane in the sky.
Sure.
Okay. There's apps now that you can look at every airplane.
And that's no problem. That's no problem. But if everybody that's having a phone and they can put on an app, and they it's only about drones then, eh? So it's only about drones, and they can see every little freaking thing you're doing. And people, if you're on the field here in the back or something, you're.
I understand that. You can get an app on your phone right now and look at every airplane in the sky.
Yeah.
Look at every airplane in the sky.
Our drones are not on there.
Okay. And I can download a Wi-Fi app and look at every Wi-Fi signal.
There's obviously a little bit of lag. Roland's way on the other side of the world. And Lon's over here, so there's a little bit of lag. You guys.
I just want to get this piece out. I'm just saying, you can download a Wi-Fi app and look at everybody's Wi-Fi too.
But you're not getting specific. You're not getting specific details from that though, like commercial use, registration number, stuff like that. They're just showing you where the drone is relative to your position, right? So when we're talking about, they're actually creating a system that's going to allow you to tap into what the drones, not just the app, but getting the communication that you had with, like, let's say air maps, where you told them what your flight plan was. Like, they're going to have the majority of that information. That's why I said this is really like weird stuff, man, that they're dealing with here. They're not just trying to give you general information for tracking. It sounds like it's going to be a lot more than people really anticipated it was going to be. I knew that they were coming up with the tracking. I just didn't realize they were going to give out so much information. I don't need you to know what job I'm doing. I don't need you to know my flight plan. That's for me. I'm a businessman. That's my job. I'm not, I don't need to share that information with anybody else. If you want my registration number, you can have it. As much as I hate that idea, you can do that, because maybe I am doing something wrong and I have to be held accountable for that. But when you start getting into my commercial business and the things that I do as a commercial pilot, that's a problem for me. I have an issue with that.
Yeah, I'm not sure it gives all that information. I think it gives your general location and it gives your registration number.
So
as far as I can see, like your license.
No. It says it sees your even if you're in America, you call it FAA licensed for the
registration number.
It shows your registration number. It shows your name, address, and it shows everything. That's what I read over here in the newspaper.
So
for sure, really.
Like I said, Roland probably read about the same thing that I did. I'm going to try to see if I can grab that right now and put it up here for you.
Search it also.
Yeah.
Crazy. There's the dog.
I can run you over my car.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you guys both overtalked each other. I didn't get a word.
I keep trying not to, but.
All right, so somebody said they already have the app. What's it called?
No, it's not out yet.
That's what I see, and that's why I said I'm not sure what they're talking about.
Yeah. Oh,
I know that
they are bringing out, and it's in a beta stage now.
Right.
And every DJI drone that's flyable, and you can see it on a map, like a Google map, and you see registration number, name, and even the why you're flying there. Yeah.
And that's why I said they're telling you whether it's commercial use or it's not. They're registering you as under a hobby or commercial use. That way you have an idea of what the pilot's there for. But apparently, if they wanted to look deeper into it, they can also request the flight plan through it. So if they want to make sure you're not flying over their property, or they're worried about you hovering for long periods of time over their area, like they can, it's crazy, man. It's ridiculous.
But also, like over here in Europe, I think it's
here it is.
2020, we get new drone rules, and we get a year to make sure that every drone you fly gets the transponders, so that the flight department sees what you're flying. Yeah, like sort of transponders.
It's called drone ID, last I knew.
Okay, so the article was put up by The Verge. It says DJI wants anyone to know with a smartphone to monitor nearby drones through a tracking app. DJI is working on technology that would allow anyone with a smartphone to track airborne drones that are nearby, according to some blah, blah, blah. I don't know. The news was announced aimed at broader push for data transparency in the drone industry. So they're trying to allow the general public to be more visible with the drone, so that it's not such an issue between us and them as to understand why the drone is up there doing what it's doing. And that's why I said I think there's a lot more involved here. The tracking technology made available through public Wi-Fi via smartphone app. DJI said using Wi-Fi, a person could use the app to identify a nearby drone's identification number, as well as location, altitude, speed, and direction of the drone. The application, what's that?
Period. Not the guy's name, his address, his phone number, his blood type. Right,
but this is just the one article. This is the first article that I read. So after reading this, I went and did more research. I'm pretty sure Roland probably followed suit with that. And then there was, like I said, man, I didn't save all the links. I'll do my best here, Lon, to find everything that I was.
Fair enough.
I was just trying to give people a general.
Over here, it was big news also,
Right.
Really big news, and all the big. It was even in the newspaper, DJI is coming out with an app that follows drones. That's blah, 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 blah. Everybody for free. That's the so everybody that has a iPhone or Android, and even, and that's what it said here in the newspaper, the registration number and every, yeah, they even see you where you're flying, where you are standing. So it's
See, they're going into a lot of detail here, man. DJI says the app would work with drones a kilometer away, or at least 0.62
in the near of your
range using Wi-Fi enabled smartphones. Notably, the system with that's really far for a smartphone to be able to track something that far away.
Yeah, but it's Wi-Fi.
I get that.
Even without you having an internet connection, it's able to transmit that position through the through the app.
Well, it's only receiving. There's no right. It's only receiving. There's nothing going back. Okay, so it's not a two-way signal. It's just one coming. Right. Apparently, you're just tapping that signal.
Yeah, but it's crazy, right? Because you don't have any internet connection, and they have the possibility to follow your drone.
We're getting a lot of comments here. Law enforcement would have to answer all complaints. They will have to know FAA laws as well. And see, Bob, this is where my biggest thing comes in, is that all I can see this doing is creating a problem. And the more of an issue it becomes, the more sightings people are going to have, the more the government's going to, okay, we're shutting this down completely. We're just done with this. This is taking too many resources to try to monitor all this bull crap. Why should we even put up with this? We can just ban it and it'll be over with. You know what I'm saying? That's unfortunately where I feel like this is heading. This is the worst thing I think DJI could have offered. Do you disagree with that, Lon? I mean,
well, I disagree with a lot of the Chicken Little stuff that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
That a lot of people, the sky is falling. Oh my God! Number one, how are they going to have your name and address, man? That isn't on my drone.
Well, no, but that's what the registration number's for.
How could you even think that? It isn't on my drone to be given out. So how in the hell my flight plan? What flight plan? I launched the drone. I flew it around. I don't have a predetermined flight plan. Mm-hmm. So how are they going to get that? I don't understand why people think that. I just want to fly around.
As a commercial, you are supposed to have a designated flight plan. I mean, that's the idea, is that you have a preset flight plan, which you log through Air Maps or any one of the other ones. You're supposed to request that information through Air Maps, which that.
Yeah, you give a general idea of how long you're going to fly in a general area. It's not, I'm going to this exact GPS location, Right. It's not like that.
But I think that's what people think it's going to be, and it's not going to be that specific. However, you were saying your address and stuff. Well, that's easily retrievable because all they have to do is run your registration number. When you registered your drone, you gave that information up. So, as a public pilot out there, even doing commercial stuff, any pilot still has numbers on the side of their airplane that tells the identification number of the pilot that they can run and find out everything they need to know about you. Same thing with your drone in this scenario. So it really depends. Your average. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. And your number has to be on your drone.
Right.
It's not all that different. You have to have your number on your drone.
But see, it was.
But
it
was registered drone. Oh, I'm sorry, mate.
No, you're good.
Registered drone. You got a number, of course, and it shows, okay, that's Mr. Lon is flying there. He's flying there in, so simply. I don't have a big problem with it, but I do find it a little bit,
I think it's a little too much. I could understand when we had to put our registration, as much as I didn't want to put our registration number on the drone. I got that. That way, if you were held accountable, if the police came up and said, "Hey, you got your registration number? Yeah, it's on my drone." Okay, and then they run it.
The windshield from the.
But by allowing that public access to have all that information, I think is just going to cause a plethora of problems for drone pilots, as well as FAA and local LEO. They're just going to be put through the ringer because of this. So, I don't know, man.
I don't have anything to how do you call it, to hide. Huh? Nothing.
I guess
go,
to me it's pretty
but
straightforward.
I'm like on the border of a fly zone, no fly zone.
Mhm.
It's always, if I step 1 meter to this, or the GPS is floating around, it says, oh, no fly zone, and then it's floating around, fly zone,
Well, see, and that's the issue that I'm going through right now. Have you seen my no-fly zones now? Tampa's
Yeah,
crazy.
that's
It is gotten nuts. You can't fly anywhere. Good luck. Don't even come to Tampa, people. Don't. If you're coming here to fly, just leave. It's not worth the time or the effort.
We got the solo and all the other nice flying stuff, eh? Nah,
Crazy, man.
there's always a hack and a crack, of course, to get around of that kind of problems, but and it will keep there, and probably it would be simple to with a click on a button hide my position, and but the ID that it's a little bit
Yeah, so pretty much that's my flight area, man. I don't know if you guys can see that, but good luck, I guess. If you can find a needle in a haystack in there somewhere, I guess squeeze yourself in that little.
You have a lot of black spots there.
What's that? Yeah, the problem is it's like 30, 40 miles outside of where I'm at, man. Yeah, I'm not driving that far to go. I'm not driving all the way to Thinota, Sassa to fly, you know.
Well, I only saw one DJI no-fly zone.
What's that?
I only saw one DJI no-fly zone, I think.
But everything else is like small airports, or like Tampa's covered with helipads and all sorts of craziness, man. Seaplane bases, MacDill Air Force Base, like it's just screwed, man. It's screwed.
Yeah, it looks tough.
So,
DJI keep under 500 feet in those areas, by the way. I live right by a small airport, and whenever I launch by my house, it tells me I can't go over 492 feet, which, okay. I mean, legally, you're not supposed to go over 400 feet anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm not pro-regulation, don't get me wrong, okay? But on the other hand, I'm also not the type of person that just, freaks out every time there's a law or something. I like to stay in the middle, you know what I mean?
Right.
Not get too, crazy up high, and not.
No, but I think you're. It's not. Sometimes I only hover above the trees because it gives the best shot, or and it's in the middle of a no-fly zone. But what can happen if I hover above the trees? Is there a helicopter or?
I love the way you say hover, man. Hoover.
Yeah.
You'd be a great Hoover salesperson, man. You should go try to work. Is Hoover still around, the vacuum company?
I think so.
Yeah, you would make a great Hoover rep.
Is it a vacuum cleaner?
Yeah, the vacuum people, the Hoover vacuum.
No, we don't know them here.
If that's how you say hover, how do you say Hoover?
Hoover. Hoover. Is it really? Is it a big difference? Yeah, it's a big difference. Hover, Hoover. Hover,
Hoover.
But hover.
Hover. There you go. Hover. Yeah. So whenever I hover my aircraft, so when you say Hoover, I'm like, why do you have a vacuum cleaner above the trees?
It sounds a little bit stupid, eh?
Hey, Rusty here is the same DJI that got banned. Yeah, all drones are banned from government use that aren't cleared specifically. And the Department of Interior grounded all their 3DR solo site scans too. So it's not just DJI. Everybody frames it that way. It's every retail drone that people can just stroll in and buy, Best Buy or whatever. They're all been banned from the U.S. government until they get clearance, and then they'll be back online again. As far as that goes, they got to work on the software and the security. It's not necessarily security against China; it's just basically security.
I do want to say, guys, everybody that's in here, first of all, thanks for coming in and being supportive. Don't forget to smash the like button. Still helps. But the other side of that is Mel, 400 AGL. If you guys don't know Mel, his YouTube channel is 400 AGL, and he will be going live tomorrow, I want to say, and he's going to be talking about this as well. We talked about it earlier. I brought it to his attention. He didn't even know that they had an app, and so he'll also be covering this. Mel's a pretty smart cookie himself, so he'll probably have some really good points to make about it as well. And so I would encourage you, after watching this, if you're thinking that you still want to have more discussion about it, I would suggest going to Mel tomorrow, or if you haven't subscribed to 400 AGL, go ahead and do that. That way you can catch his live stream, because I think he does it Sunday nights, and Monday is Lloyd, the grumpy vlogger. They're both kind of on each other's channel. So, but I believe that they're going to be talking about this as well. So I encourage you to go over to 400.
Lick my balls!
Oh. Yeah. We're an adult channel now, so we can just have fun. Yeah.
Is it Drone ID? Is that the app you guys are talking about?
I don't, like I said, man, there's no name. The Verge didn't cover any part of the name. They just said they've come up with an app. DJI has come up with that.
Over here also in the newspaper and on the Dutch Facebook drone groups, Yeah, it's a big talk. It should be right. But they have it already. You can put up a station and scan the area around for drones. They already have that. But now they want to do it by Wi-Fi. And even if you don't have an internet connection, it shows up on your...
Right.
So how GPS or something,
Jim, yes, it is a Gay Liberation Front meeting. Absolutely. That is what is taking place right in here now. This is the DL, Drum Worship in the DL channel tonight. Tiger P says, as I'm getting my Part 107 here license, after I get it, I can fly at night as a hobbyist. Or, first of all, I think let's put this to rest. Can you fly at night as a hobbyist? The answer to that, I believe, is yes. Am I wrong in saying that? You have to have proper lighting on your drone to fly at night, though. Okay, so even as a
maybe in the US, but in Europe, it's not. In Europe, after sundown, no flying with drones.
So basically, the same thing applies to the commercial side as well as the hobby side. You have to have the proper orientation lights on your drone for flying at night. You have to be able. Lon, is it 1 mile or 3 miles away?
3 miles, and I thought commercial guys couldn't do commercial jobs
at night,
dark, and without night waiver.
That's what I said. I still think it's the same thing, though. I don't think there's any difference. What's that?
Night job.
Right. Well, I guess, yeah. I don't mean that they're going to go out and do night. I'm just saying I don't think it makes a difference of whether you're commercial or whether you're hobbyist, as long as you just meet what the specifications are for flying at night.
Well, yeah, but if you're getting paid to fly, you have to have a waiver. Which is weird.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're just trying to answer his question here to the. I see what you're saying, as because he's requesting the 107. I got you.
If you're flying around like you're just having fun with your kids or something like that, then yeah, you can fly at night. But if you're getting paid to fly, then that's considered a commercial job, and you have to fall under commercial regulations.
Yeah,
you see what I mean? That's the big difference. It's not like you can't be a hobbyist just because you have a Part 107 license. You know what I mean? I got a CDL. That doesn't mean I can't drive my car around for fun. You know what I mean? But that's the same thing.
Jim, did you want to come in here? Jim also, I'm fixing mine. I've convinced myself to fix the stupid Gladius properly. Ooh. We're gonna get the underwater submersible back in the damn water.
It was a motor, right?
Yeah, it was a motor. I'm just sick and tired of having it sit on the shelf for months at a time now and not work because of one stupid motor. So for all of you wondering, I did install those motors that I bought, third-party motors, and it worked for all of like 5 seconds, and then it crapped out the system. I guess they require a little bit more juice than I thought. Luckily, it just reset everything, so it didn't hurt anything. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and just order the original motors that are supposed to go on the stupid thing. So
and just because I'm cast as the DJI rep almost, I just want to say that the one thing I've always said, even when NFCs came in, I hated them too with everybody else. But the point I always got to make is that DJI didn't wake up one day, Wayne Liu didn't wake up one day and go, you know what? I think I want to have us make an app so we can track everybody.
Right.
There's tremendous pressure from different governments around the world for NFCs, for this tracking stuff. They're getting a lot of pressure. They're working hard to make it so they're trying to avoid bans and more regulations. And I'm not saying they're right or wrong.
I can.
That's why they're doing it.
Like over here, people hate or love drones, but the police ain't gonna do any shit about it because there's more important stuff about the freaking drone up in the air, if you know what I mean.
Same here, brother.
Yeah, so why do we?
Same here.
Jim, we can barely hear you. Can you turn your gain up somehow?
Yeah.
You just sound like you're just kind of very low volume.
Is that any better?
That is better.
Okay, yeah, I had the gain down. Roland, it's the same here, man. I've had the cops at my house 4 times because of pesky neighbors, and they don't give a crap. They just said the last time the guy said I had to come because we were called.
Yeah, and he's over here also, and they say like last week or something, I was flying and a police officer stopped in the car, Hey, that's not allowed around here, eh?
Here's the only thing that pisses me off.
I'm just making a photo. I said, you go ahead. He said, so he didn't give.
Dan, I know you guys have probably already talked about this new app and all that crap.
Feel free.
Okay, you can go and download FlightAware right now and watch the planes going across the sky. Isn't that wonderful? Just beautiful. But it doesn't tell me where the captain flying the plane lives.
Right.
Yeah.
So who the hell are you to tell anybody where they live? I've already had 4 people come over here, scream 3 doors down. The guy's going to shoot my drone down. You say, go ahead.
Is it up and running at your place then?
I fly from my house, yeah.
Yeah,
But
but
no, he's asking if the app is up and running.
No. It's not out yet. The whole thing is because of the FAA's remote ID coming out in 2020. You got the ADS-B, but the minute you signed up the minute you activated a DJI drone, you automatically got a UUID, a unique user identification number. And then my Matrice already has UUID broadcast, ADS-B out broadcast, or ADS-B in broadcast, and remote ID broadcast. Those are already on the Enterprise drones. I think the Mavic 2 Enterprise has it too.
But they weren't available to the public.
No, exactly.
That's where the whole thing for me gets really irritating.
Who the hell is that idiot 3 doors down? What right does he have to know where
what you're working on or doing?
that's an invasion of privacy, man. I got a problem with that.
And I do feel the same way. Lon likes to fight the system, so I like Lon being here because he likes to put one side of it.
Lon, give me a high five, brother.
I'm not on the bandwagon that says they're getting their address and stuff. I'm sorry. I've not seen anything that says that. I don't know where you guys are getting that information. I really don't. I haven't seen that. I know they get your registration number, and if Dan is correct, and they can go back and look at the registration number.
No. This is published.
Show your name and address because you don't have it.
Dude, I just put it in the chat. It's published by DJI. Look back in the chat. These are DJI's exact words. Using a simple app, anyone with within radio range of a drone can receive the signal and learn the location, altitude, and direction of the drone, as well as the identification number and the location of the pilot.
Yeah.
Where does that say name?
No, but if you're at your house and you're flying,
I have an identification number. So everybody's if you just put identification number in the Google, you show up.
So Lon, if he's at his house flying, then somebody's got his address because that's where he's standing.
It tells the location of the pilot.
But they got to be close enough to hear him flying. It's not like they're in Zimbabwe reading about Jim flying by his house.
No, you're right.
They already know he's flying.
I
think they show up 1 kilometer drone.
It says within radio range, guys. So what does that mean to us?
Yeah,
I don't know. Depends on your phone. It probably depends on a lot of stuff.
But that's why they gave you a general range cap. They said 0.62 miles. That's pretty far. That's pretty far. I mean, you were saying that you would have to hear where the drone is. I don't think that's the case. If it tells you where the pilot is standing based on GPS because of the app, then they're going to know where the drone is being flown from. Now, it may be a guessing game to them as to whether you're at your house or whether you're in some flight location of whether they're going to get the correct address. But if you are flying at your house, it's that much more of a problem because now you got some Joe Homo Schmodo down the road that's pissed off and wants to come find you, and then sure enough they show up at your house like, well, fucking, how you doing flying your goddamn drone around my house?
Well, wait, Gabe M says the answer is just do not fly DJI. Well, guess what?
That's what I was saying.
That ain't the answer. All drones will have remote ID, or you won't be flying legally.
Exactly.
FAA, United States National Airspace.
Now do you see why I don't think this hobby is going to last much longer, man?
And then you got some idiot senator in Utah trying to give the states and municipalities control over the airspace. Are you kidding? My local city council is made up of construction workers and otherwise idiots. I don't need them defining airspace.
However,
I'm more educated than they are.
I do want to make this very clear. This tracking app is only going to be solid for the flight location of the person if I'm flying it manually while connected to it. If I am doing a autonomous waypoint mission, then it is way outside of what my controller range is anyways.
Hey dude, no limit drones disconnects all.
But that's what I'm saying.
Radio.
So if you're disconnecting from the radio, whoever's trying to find out where the original flight location was, it's not going to matter anyways, because at that point it's off on its own mission doing its own flight plan. They're not going to be able to tell where the radio signal is until it comes back into range of the transmitter anyways.
Yep.
So, and at that point, I don't think it's going to be casting the same Wi-Fi signal because it's on a mission. It doesn't matter if it connects or it doesn't. It's not made it a priority to reconnect if it doesn't have to. So I don't think it's like I said, man. It gets interesting how all that works. I would love to see. I honestly, when the app comes out, I think it would be fun to send the Solo on like a 2 mile, 4 mile round trip.
What I've read about it, Daniel, it's like say if the other the manufacturers give their permission to share that info, it should be possible for every Wi-Fi drone to put him in.
That's what Third Eye is saying, and I think that could be done if it's just Wi-Fi, because OcuSync's a type of Wi-Fi.
Full software app update, software line in the thingies to show it. So for every it counts for every drone.
Third Eye, it could apply to all Wi-Fi based drones. Like I said, even the ones running.
If they have the right to use there, it's what I read. Huh?
I don't like to jump to conclusions on that. Once again, like Lon, at some point I have to stop myself from coming up with my own varied out there opinions, because they may not be completely accurate. You know what I'm saying? At some point I have to kind of cut myself some leeway here and say I don't know, because I don't. I'm not going to say, hey, yes, this is definitely a thing. All drones that are coming out are going to be able to be tracked, because I don't know.
And I'm only telling you what the companies have said.
It's possible if they make it the right blah blah and autographs. It's possible to put all drones in their app. That's exactly what I read in the newspaper, and it was really big news over here because drones are in the news over here, because of Gatwick and all this shit.
Stupid.
Roland, did you see that Gatwick just bought a new, I don't know how many $1 million system? Just had another system installed.
Yeah, mate. If it's
and they can't even confirm.
not in the UK, yeah, but that it sounds more like how do you call it? Like fake news, like put the drone people in bad. Drones are bad. Drones are bad.
That's been happening. That's why when I started this, I was talking about how fear-mongering it is. More real aircraft have killed people than drones have ever struck airplanes or any other aircraft. I'm sick and tired of all the drone sightings that don't. Dude, for all you know, it was a plastic bag blowing around in the wind. You're traveling 180 miles an hour in your Piper Archer single passenger plane. You don't know what the hell you just passed.
From the Department of Police or something, in the back of the, and then they even picked up a person then.
Yeah,
we saw that, especially when Gatwick was never proved. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Dude, none of these have ever been proved.
No,
I thought when Gatwick was happening,
there was only one that was ever proved, and that's the guy who got hit by the helicopter in New York City.
Yeah, but that was wasn't it the military thing?
Yes,
the helicopter with the military drone. Yes, okay.
Yeah, the Army flew too low. Blah blah blah. Everybody got in trouble for that.
Yeah. I talked to a guy from that unit because I'm ex-military, and they were flying like stupid low in those helicopters.
Yeah, I'm an ex-Marine, and if you know New York Harbor, it ain't that big. You got Jersey here, and you got Manhattan here. There ain't a whole lot to fly in.
Not only that, it wasn't illegal for his flight.
No,
because he was technically following the rules.
He got in no trouble.
It's not his fault the helicopter was flying that low. I mean, the helicopters fly that low. We are all aware of that. The thing they just tell you to do is what? Bring your aircraft down or back if possible. Get out of the way.
I'm in a VFR, and the chances are, Dan, you over in Tampa, you're in a VFR.
Absolutely.
Which is a lane that they constantly fly through.
Yep. And that's why my no-fly zones have gotten absolute insane now. So, yeah. Do I care? No. You know why? Because I fly solo. I just set it up and I go. Bye.
And
I can tell you, hey, Lon,
connection, mate.
I had 5 emergency COAs during the last hurricane that was supposed to hit here in Florida. I flew for the Florida Department of Transportation. I had 5 emergency COAs. I flew over a military base, okay? But yet, when it got to this small, tiny Merritt Island Regional Airport, it was going to down my drone. Are you And I had to call China in order to get this undone. I'm tired. I'm tired of it, man.
Well, I understand. There's always
that's a funny fucking thing.
I'm not saying it's perfect.
Using DJI
again, yeah.
So,
I didn't know I was getting ruling wound up here now.
Yeah, but I'm really pissed about what you're talking about. It's always
so am I. When they can make your drone land in the water,
we can still. We get a pop-up on the DJI app, and it says, "Hey, you're in a controlled
Class D airspace to accept the responsibility.
Are you sure you want to fly here?" And then I say, "Yes, I want to fly here." And then you have to whoop. So you and then it flies.
But have you seen the guys whose drones have landed?
You can't fly. You need to unlock the book.
You're so animated, Ruland. I like it.
Animated, man.
Yeah, I saw the guy. Xavier posted a video of a guy getting his drone landed in a TFR.
Yes, I saw that too.
But he knew it was a TFR before he flew in there. Okay.
Are we talking about that?
Why couldn't he back out of it?
He got like 4 warnings before they finally landed his drone. Man, I've been in TFRs. It gives you like 3-4 warnings. All you got to do is land your damn drone. All you do is land his drone, man.
He could have brought it back.
Sure, he
could have brought it back. He ignored 3 warnings before it landed his drone.
Are we talking about Xavier's dumb friend?
Yes. What a jackass.
The one where it landed in the water.
Yeah, and then they made a big deal out of it so he'd get a free drone. Yes, that one. Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Warnings before it landed his drone. It doesn't just land your drone. It gave him a bunch of warnings.
Yeah.
Jet. Let's pick a jet.
I've been in TFRs, and it comes up the TFR, and I go, oh, I land my damn drone. You know?
The only time I get worried that my drone is going to land is when it starts giving me credit card warnings. That's when I know I've been flying too long.
Big D, you're right. You're absolutely right. It's DJI's way to break into your open source FPV vehicle.
Exactly. And there you go. And then they ground it.
So for those of you that don't know, the 3DR Solo creators had a sense of humor. They really did. When they designed the drone and they built the app for it, they had a great sense of humor.
With what it says?
Yeah, when you fly the drone down to 7%, it tells you, hey, you must have a big wallet. Get your credit card out. You're going to need it. You know, and it verbally starts saying
Kelly.
And then as you get closer to the moment of no return and your drone not coming back, it's like, well, sorry, buddy, we tried to warn you. You know, it escalates as you go and continue flying. It's really quite amusing, honestly. I've landed on 1% before, and that scared the crap out of me. So
like -2% or something like that once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez, oh Pete.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bob, I always keep an eye on what they're trying to do to us next.
Look at this horny suitcase.
Never seen a no-fly zone warning.
I don't think you will.
Is he flying? Oh, Bebop, Parrot. Parrot doesn't play that game either, do they?
No. Parrot doesn't give two craps.
What is that? You put a GPS on it?
Yeah, he's got a Solo.
I did
Hold on a sec. Let me see your camera. What do you got on there for a rig, man?
Oh, he's got another GPS on it.
Dude, you put the ugly unicorn horn on it?
Yeah, I did.
Why?
Because I wanted to.
Sorry, I just threw up in the back of my mouth.
I needed to lose the compass in the leg.
No, you didn't. I've never had that issue. Stop it.
Yeah.
Okay, why is that, Dan?
What?
Why did he replace the GPS?
I'm assuming that's the here GPS setup, the unicorn horn.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's because the compass. It's no different than a standard MRO that you could plug into it. The compass and the the thing are on top, and then they just put it in the little housing to get it away from the body for interference reasons. But all you're doing is you're basically taking the compass out of the leg, and then you're running the I don't know, because I never installed it. I'm assuming it's done that way. You're
in the here GPS has the compass inside.
Right. So it's just all one unit, and it's all on top of it.
And it doesn't interfere that much.
I've never seen interference in the leg.
That's all the smart people said back then.
Listen, dude, it would have been cheaper just to buy an MRO and just set it up yourself. Like the here GPS.
We talked about this before. Everything they do now with the green cube, you can do with the standard cube inside.
Yes, we did talk about that.
You and me, we gave put the battery info inside. Put this inside. No, it's not possible. Only if you buy a green cube.
Yep.
All the green cubes were sold and gone, and now they can put it in the standard cube software in the app. So
doesn't matter. I still haven't upgraded to Open Solo, and I'm not going to because it's plagued with problems and everybody keeps having issues.
Sorry.
It's unstable, dude. I don't care what anybody says. 3.7 was the only stable version they had, and that was still having a lot of issues. It was the only one that was kind of stable.
I'm on 3.0 now, and I'm still in the groups of the Facebook and reading a lot about the Solo, of course, because you got me into the fucking Solo. Yeah,
it's still a fun project, man.
I bought it, and it was back then like a year ago or 2 years ago, and 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Probably
2?
3 years ago.
No, I think 2.
I've
I
had
bought it-
I've had my red one for 3 years now, man.
Yeah, but I think I bought it 2 years ago. It's kind of crazy, yeah. 2 years.
And I've only crashed it once. That was because of battery failure. That thing just
I never crashed it. The only thing
it's not
I have
intentional.
is, when it's a heavy drone, so you got to respond on going down and zoom.
Don't tell her she's fat, bro.
And I made a mistake one time. I made a mistake. I went down and it hit at the ground.
Hell of a story,
Just
bro.
a little bump, but I hate.
I don't know. I got 3 of them now, man, because the girlfriend gave me hers when I moved out. So I got
That was great.
3 fully functioning ones now and 1 parts one. So that worked out. And then she also gave me the Bebop too that she bought. So anyway,
we were wondering about that.
Yeah, she's not doing anything with drones, so she was like, just take. Actually, we made some decent trades for things. She needed stuff for school that I had, and I made some trades with her. So.
Oh yeah, I remember now. The one you want, Daniel. I've got the one you want.
You got the one I want? Okay.
Is that a woman or a drone?
Yeah, a drone, man. He likes a woman, but it's my woman.
He got me into Hubsan and then parrots. Dan knows how to push a
that's Daniel, eh? Yeah.
That's because it's a ton of tech for the money. How could you argue with it? Like, they're so cheap now. Could you really turn down a Solo? They're selling it for like $180 now. Why wouldn't you buy one? They're all over the place now. With gimbal and GoPro and batteries. Yeah, the Anufi.
Netflix.
How you liking that 300-meter range?
I do have 300-meter range in it. I'm totally good with range.
I could totally turn down a Hubsan. Matter of fact, I will burn the company if they ever move to the U.S. anywhere close to me. They better stay in California. They'll be shy a warehouse. They'll be calling their insurance company like, well, they burned down my Hubsan she shed. I'm going to be smiling at my house.
Hubsan is done.
Yeah, RC Fun Diversion says, is she gone for good? Dan?
What? Yeah, she's it was an interesting way she handled that, man.
While you were in the hospital.
Yeah, that was pretty
girly.
Yeah, well, that's winning for you, Dan. When I got throat cancer, my girlfriend walked away. It was just out of nowhere. Just like she couldn't handle it and just walked away. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
I can't imagine that shit.
Yeah, it's one thing to go into the hospital. It's another thing to go into the hospital and then call you, and then she breaks up with you, and then on top of that, you realize you're homeless now because you hadn't planned on getting out of the hospital and going anywhere else. On top of that, she knew that you were taking all of your funds and putting it towards medical and health reasons. So it's not like you just had money to just go throw around and move in somewhere else when you get out of the hospital. Man, some real. What's that?
Sorry, I'm just saying, women. When I was deployed, I came home to a pregnant wife. So
What?
Women.
What?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I was gone for 2 years. So women, dude. Women.
Yeah.
You'll never make that live in a woman's house mistake ever again, right?
Here we go.
Lick my balls.
Well, she invited me, man. She
Listen, guys, it's everybody's is entitled to have their lives, and women can have
Yeah, but they talk about men.
shitty kind of way to stop a relationship. It's life, and
man,
move on.
I'm moved on. I have caring parents that understood I was in a real bind, and they stepped
Yeah,
in.
but that's cool, man. You got a good family behind yourself, and okay, you're sitting in a shitty room now, but it's always gonna be good, mate. Always gonna be good.
What's wrong
Stay
with
healthy, eat healthy. You gotta do you. Oh no, where is it?
I don't think it has anything to do with eating healthy, man. I think I've had a bad.
You gotta eat healthy. Man.
I think I've had a bad.
All the hamburger. No. It's
No, man.
healthy.
No, my liver's been bad for a long time, dude.
Yeah, it's probably, but yeah, man.
Yeah, since like probably 24, my liver's been bad. It's only gotten worse with time. So yeah, it is what it is, man.
Yeah,
Biopsy done. I either need a liver transplant or I don't. My hemoglobin is really low right now. My blood cell count isn't even above 8 still. So they're afraid to even do anything to me. The botched inguinal surgery still needs to be handled. So now they have to make an incision from the bottom of my scrotum all the way up to my basically my abdomen again. Slice it all the way in and deep to pull an entire sack out of there. To finish. Well, because the problem is they didn't seal it. Remember we talked about that, and that's why the fluid kept making its way down there. He never sealed the hole.
Yes.
Yep. I get it, Third Eye. It's not that I'm not eating healthy. I've always eaten healthy, man. I rarely would ever strafe off that.
But you know what I mean, man. If I see you eating, then like the hot peppers, you
I
gotta.
like the challenge.
Oh, fuck you!
Oh, you know what? That reminds me. I have like 10 Carolina Reapers that are all fresh, still sitting in her fridge.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat them tomorrow. And that's not.
Listen, if I can avoid eating any more peppers, I want to. I have currently a blood clot in the bottom of my stomach that is an ulcer. I think you can pretty much assume where that ulcer came from.
From
hot stuff, bro.
Yeah.
Ate a hole through my stomach.
And that's why I say to you, eat healthy, mate. Make the digestion go smooth. Drink a lot of water. Have a little nice crap, and along with burn it in the woods, because
he got a head start on that.
Boy, Bandito, it's been a while.
Yes.
Bandito, I haven't seen you in a long time. Correct me if I'm wrong. Bandito used to troll a little bit. I haven't seen Bandito in a while though. He pops up, he comes and he goes.
How did the girly last day or the 2-3 days ago?
What?
Yeah, the one with the problems for the giveaway.
What?
No, never mind.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Because if you look back at 2-3 videos of you, 3-4 videos of you, the girly, you were also live and she was having a blast with what's it called?
Bebop.
Yeah, about the bebop. Yeah. About the bebop.
Oh God, you're talking about Bree.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened with that. That's up to that. That's between.
Yeah, but that went great. You know what I mean? Like that went. Hey, why?
Oh, that.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with me, dude. That's between.
Mike. It was a giveaway on your channel. Boop, 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 boop.
The Bandito says, "I want to drop a link. How can I be? I can't, unfortunately, do. Well, I guess I can. Hold on a second.
You can.
He's forcing me to go to my YouTube channel and do the whole thing.
You can.
She's one of those girls. I hope she looks like her profile picture.
Well, and that's what Mike was saying. That profile picture was like 10 years ago.
Well, whatever. Let's get back in time because I was like, damn, son.
I'm
Let's see.
sorry. Oh, 18 plus, I don't have to say sorry.
41 people in here and 31 likes. Don't forget to smash the like button. Oh, wow. They've given me new super stickers is now enabled. Oh, gee.
Wow.
Wow. You guys can send a super chat and a sticker now.
Oh, yeah, that's also new, eh? Yeah, I read it.
Apparently, they just offered that to me. Wow.
Yeah, with your 18 plus and
Yeah,
etc.
I gave up the kids now.
You're not.
The cool options.
Did you read all the freaking shizzle? They freaked out now. The YouTube man, echt, really.
All right. You are now a moderator, Bandito.
Oh wow.
Girls just want to have fun.
Lick my balls.
I wonder what Jim's doing with that Wi-Fi repeater. He's got on a tripod.
Wi-Fi.
I don't think that's a repeater, man.
It looks like a Wi-Fi repeater from here.
I think that's a base station. Jim.
Oh, probably the RTK.
Did you ever use the base station for the 3DS Solo, Daniel?
No.
No. But you can do it with even with what you call the little.
Do the USB telemetry right into the side of the PC.
No. The godverdomme, what's it called? The little computers, the PI, the
PINGO?
No, the PI.
Raspberry Pi.
Raspberry Pi, yeah, that one. Yeah. But you can hook up every telemetry on there, and program it like the same as your controls, of course. But it's a funny thing. But you can.
Bandito wants me to play this for you guys, so I will.
Here it goes. Choo choo choo.
Oh.
That's great.
Yeah. But hold church. Okay.
Well, that was on radio play.
That's a good one.
No.
Oh, that was fun. Okay. Bitches and shit. Okay. How many people left after that?
Look at some strippers on here. Maybe we can get baby to dance or something.
Oh my god. Could you guys hear the audio? Yeah, they just now offered that as a feature finally in StreamYards. You can now actually play the audio of a page through the stream. They didn't offer that before. That sucks.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I'll do that with the OBS,
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
It plays the music and everything. I can even see.
Okay, so Gabe was in here the night that we were showing off all the beheadings and stuff, like drug cartel people getting their head chopped off with like a oh my god, what was he? A chainsaw, mowing the dude's head right off, and then they took a knife and they like stuck it in the dude's jugular and went in and out and cut his whole head off with like a knife. Yeah, it was crazy stuff, man. One of those streams got a little out of control when we got bored. So I warn you, if I ever start just dropping strange links on all of you, just leave. Don't stick around.
Wow.
I think we even watched a video of how the Moby Huge actually has a review. Do you guys know what the Moby Huge is?
No.
Nobody here knows what the Moby Huge is.
No.
I'm familiar, but I don't know for sure.
Okay, all right.
I'm guessing.
Here it comes. Here it comes. Here comes the answer. Mr.
Images. Okay.
Give us the answer.
Here we go. Share. Bam.
Ah.
It is a
We're 18 plus, you motherfuckers. 18.
4-foot dildo that weighs 200 pounds. It costs $724 and comes with 4 gallons of lube from Amazon. And there are reviews of this thing. Woo.
Well, I'm not upset I didn't know what it was.
Me neither.
I'm pretty informed, but I'm pretty glad I didn't know what that was.
I'm happy to stick my girlfriend.
I kid you not, there are actual reviews of people using this thing. You'll never be the same again after watching one.
Yeah, I am. I'm flabbergasted. Flabbergasted.
It's like Donkey Joe's in Mexico.
Flabbergasted. I'm used to. I'm really, because I'm Dutch. I'm used to a lot of fun stuff, but I'm flabbergasted about the freaking black big. It's impossible. It's impossible.
Believe it or not, I thought it was impossible for anybody to handle it. I'm surprised people haven't been split in half by this thing yet.
Did you shove it up your ass? Or
Not me. What the fuck you looking at me for, bro?
Dude,
Dude, if I buy it, I'm just gonna put it in the corner and like dress it in like a Inspector Gadget outfit and put some shoulder pads on it with a trench coat. And I'm just gonna move it around weekly and see if anybody can guess what it is. Put some fucking sunglasses, beard on it.
What the heck are you talking about? Which one?
Big dildo, Jim. We're talking about big dildo. You didn't miss nothing, bro.
Oh God. Yeah, I would dress it up, man. I just keep moving it around until somebody finally recognized what it is. New costume once a week for it.
Some glasses and a mustache.
A little fake mustache, little beard.
Hat.
Yeah. Like drawn on mouth and stuff with some glasses. Oh, dude, we just lost like 6 people.
Really? They'll finish?
I told you, man. There you go. I'll put it in a Darth Vader. Yeah, the helmet would probably fit really good.
We got Dark Vader.
Then we could officially call like Rick Moranis Dark Helmet, you know?
I am your father.
Roland, which GoPro do you have on your Solo? The 4?
4 black. Yeah.
Just install a third-party gimbal already, man.
Man, it's still working as a lunatic.
But you can't run any newer cameras, bro.
I don't give a shit. It's 2.7K. It's doing
You
it.
talk to the chopper. Yeah.
I don't. No, listen, Daniel. I really don't need. It's 2.7K. You know,
it's 4K at 30.
It's a little bit rounded.
4K at 30.
What is the 4? The 4 is?
Yeah, the Hero 4 is 4K at 30. The Hero 4 Black. The Hero 4 Silver is 4K at 15. 2.7K allows up to 60 frames a second in linear mode, so you can make flat horizon in 2.7K as well. You can also do that with the Black. But the 4K, no matter what, unless you change the lens, will be full blown.
No, I didn't do that. I didn't change lenses. I got the 4 black.
Oh, you got the mini, Lon?
What is that stupid thing? What is that?
He bought the mini.
You bought the fart?
Yeah, I ate some beans, and this is what happened.
Hoover it.
Okay. Lifetime reviews. Lon, give us your thoughts. Give us your thoughts right now. You've been flying it for how long?
Since Monday.
Give us your official thoughts since Monday. What do you think so far?
Okay. Well, it's very stable. Flies really well. The transmission range is decent. I got over a mile on it, which I'm not trying to get any more than that. I think the thing I like most about this stupid little thing, it's probably the best wildlife drone ever. I just filmed a bunch of geese today. I swear to God, I was like 3-4 feet away from them. And they just kind of looked up and went, huh? Yeah. And just went back to what they were doing. I got a video on my channel right now where I flew right up to like within 6, 7, 8 feet of a bunch of deer. and they just stood there. They just kind of looked at it and went back to what they were doing. You know, I don't know because of the tone or how quiet it is or how little it is, but they're just not threatened. They just look at it and go, yeah, whatever.
Oh my gosh. Dude, so the range you'd say is pretty good.
Yeah.
For what it is.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question, man. Everybody, I keep seeing people talk about like, oh, estimated flight times being around 27 minutes in the app. So they'll be flying at like 90%. It'll say 27 to 30 minutes flight time. That's got to be bogus, man. The things can only be in the air for like, let's give it a hot top number of 18 minutes. Would you say it can actually sustain flight for 18 minutes?
Yeah, I was flying for 20 minutes today, and it's like 30-some degrees out. And
Yeah,
before it hit the low battery warning, which is 25%. So.
Okay. Now, does it start to land at 25%? Because that's what.
So it wants to return, though. It wants to return unless you stop it, which I had a little crash with it today over that I was flying in between some tree branches, and the battery was low, and I knew it, but I didn't realize it was just going to take off. It went up because that's where I got it set to do, the return to home altitude. So it shot up right into these tree branches. But you know what? It took like 3 flips, and then it righted itself and kept flying. So I'm not going to sit here and, this is the greatest thing ever since sliced bread or nothing like that. But quite frankly, it's decent for the money, for the size, for what's involved here. When you take the battery out of this thing, it feels like you're holding a slice of bread. I mean, seriously, it doesn't weigh squat.
Now,
great.
If you had to run it against the Spark, is it a competitor?
Yes.
You don't think the Spark offers more? Does it have droney and all that stuff?
It has all the basic stuff. The Spark offers like the gestures. This doesn't have that. This has like 3 or 4 automatic flight dealios, which I don't use anyway, like droney, helix, orbit. It doesn't do active track. The Spark does active track. This doesn't do any active track.
And you don't have that video camera control, right?
Right. It's all auto, which would be okay for some certain people. I'm not going to mention any names, but I know a whole bunch of guys got Mavic 2 Pros that never take them out of auto.
Yeah.
They're flying around their backyard in Florida with their damn Mavic 2 Pros on auto all the time. It blows my mind.
I get it.
Yeah. So for the average guy, I'll be honest with you, I'm going to post some videos that it's okay. And they have a really good editor app. The editor in their app, it's actually really good. They let you do all kinds of tone and.
I have never checked that out on any of their apps. I have never checked that out on any of their apps, the editing stuff.
On this app, it's pretty good. I mean, it really is. I was surprised how good it was. Seriously, in all honesty, I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, really? It does a decent job for the guy just, buying the drone and they're just going to fly and post some crap to YouTube. As far as I'm concerned, this is the shit right here. If you're just some dude that wants to fly around, post shit to YouTube, this would be the deal. Yep. 3-axis gauge. Yep. So.
Drone Shark says he really wants to sell his Solo. My question to you is why? Once it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah.
You're going to regret that the moment it's gone. I would say just save up and buy another drone and keep the Solo because, like I said, they're going to start getting really hard to get pretty soon. The worse the rules get, the worse the regulations get, the more people are going to want to branch out for open source. So, like I said, once you sell your Solo, it's gone. There's no getting it back. It doesn't come around twice. So,
I never sell my Solo.
see, most of the people who own one don't want to get rid of them.
I got 2. I may never fly them again, but I'm not going to sell them.
No, I've got 1, and I also don't fly them, but I ain't going to sell it. No.
You could change out that flight stack too, couldn't you? Couldn't you put in a cube or something like that if you wanted?
I think the cube is
well, there's a cube inside.
There's already a cube inside.
Is there?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And even if you wreck the shell or the motors, just put the board in different. You can build almost like Daniel always says. You can build anything you like with It's open source. It's a little bit hard. It's a little bit hard because it ain't.
What? Kiwi? Did you see Craig?
Did he jump in and jump right back out?
Yeah. Oh, my thingy isn't.
Ghost Mafia said, "Never sell your solo to the devil for YouTube."
No, why would you? Because it's not worth it to yeah, for the $100.
Valued more now than no.
How
Man.
much? For how much do they sell now in America, Daniel?
I'll just show you, man. You want to see something crazy? Check this out. Give me 1 sec. You guys can talk for a sec while I pull this up.
Yeah, well, I'm amazed. I'm amazing. It's amazing.
Maniac.
Well, at least you got yours all together. Everybody who had to buy the drone and then buy the gimbal later, when it first came out,
Yeah,
that was,
man.
that was wild.
But that was in the early days. That was
That's
like
what I said.
3-4 years back.
Yeah. Most people by now already have it all, so they're selling it to you as a completed kit. You may have to get yourself a GoPro, but they're cheap enough. Hell, you can pick up a GoPro Hero 5 now for $99. You know, the GoPro Hero 4s are down to like $60 to $70. That's cheap, man. You know?
And still, the echt really, it sounds stupid maybe, but like the smoothness of the solo and the gimbal, that's really DJI hasn't. It doesn't have that. It doesn't have that. Like the smoothness, you know, the control you have over the gimbal and going down and going up. It's amazing. Really.
I always reset mine anyway.
And it's a strong bird, because if it's windy and you go up and
Rick, my solo is 50,000 times more capable than the Mini. I don't know what you're talking about. You said sell all your junk solos and GoPro Karmas and get a Mavic Mini. My solo has the capability to go 6 miles and shoot in 4K. I don't know what you're talking about, man. On top of that, fully autonomous flight modes, sport modes, acro. I don't know.
Yeah, I hate it or something.
I don't think he knows about the solo. That's the problem. He's never really looked into it. To say that it's crap and to say the Mavic Mini, a toy drone.
If you ever fly one time the solo and you play with the GoPro, you know, it's 2.7K. It's 2.7. So you got the 4K footage. Okay, 30 frames a second.
What are you talking about, man? You have the GoPro Hero Black. It shoots in 4K at 30. What are you talking about?
It's not 4K, mate.
You
it's
are crazy, man.
Not full 4K because if you look at the resolution, it's not full 4K.
Bro, the silver isn't full 4K. It's only 15 frames a second. It's
if you
full red
want
4K.
15.
Yeah, 15. The black was the one that did 4K at 30.
Yeah.
If you have a black, you're doing better than I am. That's why I only shoot in 2.7K. I never got the black.
And put the little sun hood on there, and you're good to go.
All right, so
if you look at the footage and the smoothness.
Check it out. 250 with gimbal, batteries, everything. This guy's a little overpriced. Here's 350 gimbal, all of it. Look, we got him with the cases, 275 with gimbal, 4 batteries, the case, the chargers, new props, the transmitter, and the gimbal for 275. You could probably talk him down to like 230. Guys, you can get these things for ridiculously cheap at this point. You know, like and just have fun.
You have to say, Daniel, you need to do the battery mods you fixed, for the batteries are down.
Some of these people are out of their mind. Like I'd never pay over 300 at this point. 500, that dude's like crazy. 490.
Over here they want 600 euros for the bird now.
Yeah, they're nuts.
That's what I say.
There you go. 3DR solo drone with transmitter, $100.
Yeah.
Drone got stuck in resetting part. Can't get it past that. That's probably because you don't know how to properly reset the drone. I buy it off you for $80. Guarantee I fix it. You can pick up the green cube for $20. Most likely it's a cube related issue. So you could buy that and then just put a new cube in it and you're done with it.
Yeah, or they don't know how to reset it and yeah. Well, I'm pretty happy with my Solo. I haven't flown it a lot lately, but I'm still happy. And echt really, if you look at how smooth the gimbal moves, and that's the only thing I want to say. I have a Spark, durable little fryer. I know you don't like it, Daniel, but for me it was a great thing, doing the daily dog and drone walk. You remember that? And I went under the trees and through the woods. The damn thing followed me, Okay, you got the Sky Dio now and shit like that, but yeah, I really had a lot of fun with Spark. And if I look at the specs from the Mavic Mini, yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, there he goes with the Solo.
Here. He says, "What's the cube?" I'll tear this down real fast and show you the cube.
Oh, the cube is the flight controller, mate.
It takes it off.
Yeah. Is that your tear down?
Damn it. I really just dropped my screwdriver. Oh, this is going to hurt to pick up. You have no idea. All right. So, Roland, you want to explain cube while I tear this down?
Yeah. We got cubes. That's the cubes. That's like the flight control, like simply Pixhawk. Yes, it's the name of the flight control, Pixhawk. Open source, so everybody that knows how to program and do, you gotta be a smart guy to program the things. It's a little bit harder than beta flight, etc. But if you got it's a real good open source platform to to start with. You can buy like a green cube or black cube. They call it because of the colors. It's basically the same. You got smaller ones, bigger ones. Yeah. It's put it on a board, build a big drone. Every drone you want like to build, like kilograms, and you're happy to go, and you're good to go.
See the big black thing there? That big black square thing in the body?
Oh, wait, I got one.
See it? That's the cube. That's why they call it the cube, because it looks like a cube. Do you have one available? Tell me you just have one. I don't want to rip the whole thing apart.
I got it in here, man. Because
I don't want to take all the innards out if I don't have to. I was hoping I could gain a little better access to it through the bottom of the panel, but
I got one in my hands now.
Dude, to change a motor on this thing, it's 4 screws and the motor just pops off. You unplug it and pop the new one in. You never have to tear it apart. Like, they made this thing so easy to work on. It's crazy.
That's true.
Gabe, you asked about can you run other cameras? The answer to that is yes. If it has an HDMI port, a micro HDMI port, or I'm sorry, a mini HDMI port, then yes, you can plug right into the HDMI to get FPV. And then you just choose your gimbal, whatever you want to use for your gimbal, plug it in, and then you have to change the R6 channel out on pin, I think it's 14, pin 13 or 14. And then you run that down. It's basically a channel wire.
You can do a lot of.
You can do a lot of custom things.
Yeah.
Crystal, You can do a lot of custom things with the Solo. That's what makes it
It's
fun.
not solo, eh? It's it's not only solo. It's if you want to like to build your own frame, you can buy a frame. Like what frames do they?
Yeah. Oh no, dude. I've seen people tear these apart and use the DJI like 450 and the 550
Yeah,
frames.
yeah, all that's frames. Yeah, yeah, I know different frames. You can build frames with it, like, and you can carry like 25 kilograms. You can carry, eh?
Did you say 25 kilograms?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can fix everything. Yeah, really, for sure, mate. It's a big. You can laugh, but it's Pixar can fix it. If you like to want to have the big rig photo camera underneath it, Pixar can fix it. Build the drone and yeah, you can fix it. That,
Yeah,
but
you're right about that.
the programming of the yeah all the programming, yeah, that's hard, but you can do it with.
You're scaring me, Rulin.
Am I?
A little bit.
Scary.
All right. Let me show you some crazy stuff.
I've got a golden face.
Golden face. Check this out. Screen share. Yep. Okay. That's not where I was. Where was I? Yeah, here we go. Okay. Check this out. RG Rover. Do you know what this is built out of? Does anybody know?
Rover. Yeah.
Actually, RG Rovers are built out of 3DR Solos.
Yeah.
They have the whole cube set up in them. All the motors and channels are all set up differently. Each wheel has its own motor set up. As you can see, someone built this kind of Mars rover style. But what's inside those boxes is basically the exact same internals that is inside the Solo. It's all Green Cube and RG Copter related. They're running it on Mission Planner. He's obviously using a custom controller build that he had. But when he first started this project, he was using the 3DR Solo transmitter. So like I said, man, it's pretty much because it's open source. There are no limitations to the builds. You could build robots out of the Solo if you wanted to. You know, don't, and this is why I kept telling everybody, I don't think they realize how good the Solo really is.
Right? It's the Pixar.
Yeah, it's a Pickhawk setup. It's a complete 100% open source, stuff.
Well, right, but you're completing 3DR Solo with Pixhawks. 3DR Solo used to sell all the components before they decided to make a drone.
Exactly.
So, yeah. So people were buying Pixhawks and all that stuff before to build their own drone.
Yeah. 3DR Solo, 3DR Robotics only went commercial with it, so to speak.
This is just one example, guys. There are tons of RG rovers out there, and they get more and more creative as you go. It's unique to see everybody's design. They all have their own little design and what they did, but you'll see ones that have 3DR Solo batteries still attached to them. Some guy, actually Kelly Schruck, who's the creator of the Solex app, every Saturday, God, this is loud. Hold on a sec. Every Saturday, he puts up a Facebook post, and it's something new that he's done with his RG Rover that he's built out of his Solo. Last week, he did a video with a push lawnmower attached to the back of his RG Rover, and he had it set up to mow his entire property. And he sat on his porch drinking tea while it just dragged the push mower around the property and went line for line for line for line around the tree, out the tree, back down the thing.
Even Philip Rouse.
Yeah, they're all doing some pretty crazy stuff.
He even has some things in NASA, etc. For
NASA, yeah.
So they're pretty smart guys in UAVs, robotics, etc. Yeah. It's cool.
Like I said, man, the 3DR Solo is a project. It's a DIY project for everyone that wants to get involved.
That's my freaking cube. Oh, here it is.
You got it? Did you find it? Okay, yay! Hold on a sec. Let me blow it up. And it's fun because when it's actually powered, it lights up and it changes colors and it does all sorts of crazy stuff. You can actually see it from inside the Solo when the gimbal tray is out.
Blackie.
Yep. And the other one actually said cube, like green cube or cube 2. What was it? Cube 2? What did they have it?
Yeah, they even have pink cubes now and black cubes and green cubes.
Silly.
Yeah.
Cubes.
But they do have them smaller now, you know. The smaller, like this one is pretty big.
Yep.
And they even have them now like half the size.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Do you remember the Onago Fly? That little drone that failed the market, the Onago?
No.
You don't remember that little micro drone, the little Onago thing? Does anybody remember the Onago Fly, a little 4K selfie drone?
Did it have pixel inside then? Yeah.
It actually did. It was almost the identical tech that was inside the Solo, just in a much smaller package. Their R&D team didn't know what they were doing. They didn't realize what they had. The Onago failed. If you can get one now, you can have a ton of fun. There's people installing all the open Solo stuff on those little Onago Flies now, and they're using them just like the Solos. They're using their own transmitters with them too, the Solo transmitters. It's actually cool stuff.
Yeah, I think there's something a lot of people have forgotten. Even, not to speak back to DJI, but DJI and 3DR and who was that other company, Dan? But they were making all the kit parts, 10, 15 years ago. Parrot even back in the day. Parrot was first to market with a consumer drone. But before that, you had to buy all the parts and put it together yourself. But 3DR was one of the first companies that they had all the parts. You could buy a kit and sit down in an afternoon.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You could buy that 790 or that DJI in frame, and you could put on. You're right.
Skywing or I can't remember the name of it, but yeah.
It was a frame like Daniel said it before. The frame, the NASA frame, the NASA, and and you can play with it, and yeah. If you get it now, it still flies like really, it's amazing. Yeah.
I mean, I'm done building the mods for people. That I'm done doing that. So if anybody wants to build their own Solo battery mods, feel free. The video's out there showing you how to do it. I got too many people complaining. Oh, I got a battery and it doesn't work. That's your fault. I told you what batteries to use. No, you said you could use any 4G or 4S battery. I did not say that. I said that you could use any 4S battery up to 5200 mAh. Anything over that, it's not going to work properly. People just don't listen, so I'm done with that.
Actually, you did say that, yeah.
Yeah. It's ratioed at that. The only way you can change that is if you go into the parameters on like Mission Planner or Tower app or Droid Planner, and you go in there and you specify the mAh, but it doesn't change the fact that the BMS, the battery management system, is regulated at 5200. No matter what, it will wait until it comes down to 5200 before it starts to register. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
The telemetry will always be off, no matter how you look at it. If you don't use a battery of size, it'll always be off. So
and then don't you have to balance it out at 0?
Yes, you have to do a zero balance. Right, we call that the pairing, well, the marriage process. Anyways, you're mating the battery to the BMS for the first time. So
exactly.
The idea is to get the company to send you dead cells. You don't want a charged battery or half charged battery. You want them to send it to you as a doornail battery.
Because you're going to have to zero it out anyway.
Right. So the first calibration it receives is the one that it's going to communicate with the BMS for the first time, which is going to give you accurate telemetry readings. So if they send you a half charged battery, now you have to zero that battery out yourself. It's not going to stop reading until after actually, I think the lowest it goes is 12 volts, but you never want to take a LiPo battery from 14.8 to 12, and then hopefully it recovers enough to come back up to, 14.8. You know what I mean? Like you're degrading the cells at that point. They're going to start to break down into a gaseous form, and you're just going to kill the cells. So you want it to send you the battery dead. Now, can you do it without doing that? Yes. Here's how you do it without having a dead or a pairing battery. Basically, if they send you one that's already charged, then you have to zero the battery as many times as possible, fly it until it lands itself, right? And then what happens is after about 17 to 20 flights, the BMS will start to figure out what's going on, and it'll start to add up the calibration until it starts coming into its like normal calibration process. It's really weird. You can also balance charge it for the first time by leaving it on the solo charger for more than 48 hours. It'll reset the BMS and try to calibrate it as closely as possible for the battery that you have in it. Doesn't always work, but it's you know, hit or miss. Sometimes that works great. I think the easiest thing to do, honestly, is just watch your voltage. It's really simple to do. You know that at 14 volts, you should be landed and in front of you. At 13.8 volts, the solo's free falling out of the sky due to ground. It doesn't have enough power to sustain flight. So, you know. But you, like I said, I could tell people that till I'm blue in the fucking face. A week later, I get an email from them like, "It crashed. I don't understand." Well, what'd you fly it down to? Oh, yeah, 14 volts. Are you sure you're at 14 volts? Well, maybe 13.9.
There you go.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Yeah, man. You're that guy who gives somebody a fish and they choke on a bone and then they're mad at you.
I do it all the time. It's like I gave you I even typed a whole fucking write-up about it. This is how to properly monitor.
14 volts, right?
Huh?
14 volts.
Yeah, land. It should be in front of you on the ground.
Yeah. Should be visible.
It will recover. Actually, you should be landed at 14.2. Pushing it is 14.
It's an old kind of way of doing it, huh? Because like in the old days, you also watched voltage. Yeah?
Where did you achieve your knowledge in electronics? I went to a school called School of Hard Knocks, where you learn through many, many failures. Glue Buster, dude, you can buy it on Amazon. This stuff is incredible. If that's what you're asking about. It's an Amazon purchase. You only need one. It's about $8. It's totally worth it.
See, that's why DJI has such a huge market, though. There's guys like that. He knows the bottom line. And unfortunately, we're breeding more guys like that. You know, quite frankly, everybody's going to be that. Everything's got to be automatic for them, kind of.
Oh, like, God.
You know, nobody can do anything themselves anymore.
Pansies, dude, babies.
Monitoring your voltage? What's that?
What?
The drone just tells you. The drone lands itself. Why do I got to monitor? You know what I mean? That's what they're getting used to.
Bro, no.
That's the way going forwards.
You're taking the skill right out of it, man. Like the whole idea is the skill that you're learning. It's fun. It's fun to go out and manually fly. Like it just is. I don't use return to home unless I, in accident, fly outside of my range. As soon as I get range back, I go take over. You know, but like I said, the fun in it is the flight. You know, if you're just out there just pushing buttons, I don't. All right, I'm just gonna hit return to home. You know, it's like, oh, why? Why are you even flying, man? Just go put your drone away. Stare at it. Put it on a shelf. Looks good. It's a piece of art.
You just described the Skydio too, though.
that's a little different though, because the idea of that drone is that you don't have someone to film for you all the time, and if you're doing adventure stuff, that can be a really nice thing to have. You know what I'm saying? I think in a sense that is the only time when I would really be okay with autonomous ability like that. Is the fact that you are trying to capture yourself riding a dirt bike. You don't have to bring a whole film crew out there to get you. You don't have to do these things. You know what I mean? That is one place where I can see that's an okay thing, and I'm good with that. Now, if you pick up the controller and you fly the Skydio 2, and you're not doing anything related to needing the autonomous abilities, and you go out and fly, you're like, I'm too far away. I'm just going to hit the return to home. Well, then I say you are a lazy fucker, sir. Okay, and you should not touch the drone anymore. Just put the controller down and step away. Okay.
Yeah, I've almost never used any autonomous, but I'm old. You know, I'm so used to flying everything myself. I forget they even have it. I fly a Mavic 2 Pro all the time. I don't think I've hardly ever used. I have to really think about it and go, oh yeah, this thing will do like hyperlapse. Let me try that once. You
Right.
know, I don't even think about any of that kind of crap.
That's how I am with the Solo. Even though I know it's got like 35 smart shots now, I don't use any of them.
I have never used that stuff.
Never.
I'd like to play around with it. I just
Don't.
never have. Yeah.
I like to do the. I like to do the like a mission.
Cable cam.
No,
Waypoint?
a mission, a big mission like
Waypoint?
Yeah, waypoint mission, waypoint. Look
Yeah.
here, look there. I play with it, and but I never dare to start it. It's kind of crazy.
What a game, man. That's not good. I know. Don't rub it in.
I'm out of here. You,
Let's see here. Somebody posted. Gabe posted a link here. For some reason, my computer's being really slow.
Hey peeps, I'm off to bed. I hope you have a great stream.
You're off to bed. What are you, lazy bastard?
Early, mate. Lazy bastard.
Let's see here. What'd you post? All right. What is this? Sammy's first beacon flight. Who's Sammy? Who's your daddy? And what does he do? All right. Matt Donahoe.
Feeder Zane ruling.
Are you serious? This dude's name is Matt Donahoe? What? How did you even find a guy by the name of Donahoe?
Who's a hoe?
Donahoe. All right. Well, I'm not going to watch this right now, but I'll save this.
Geez, my name is Don Slapaho or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Donahoe. What is this?
No, that's crazy.
He's got 33 subs, and the only video he's really got is like Sammy's first beacon flight, 2,753, posted October 1st, 2019. 112 likes, 3 haters for Matt Donahoe.
Haters.
Haters in the building.
I know, right? I can't. Where's Matt Kiwi? What happened to him?
Yeah, I don't know. Roland just dipped too. Roland's out.
Yeah,
Did you guys see my community post?
No.
Nobody saw that?
No, I expected and did not get. You know how you normally send out something in Facebook?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't get nothing. Nada.
Yeah, no. Well, that's because I put up a video today. I went live once and I went live twice. But I basically said
The one from your garage?
Yeah.
Okay, I caught that.
Yeah, the 2 doctors collapse after a 32-hour surgery separating my haters from my dick. That was my community blast post.
For real?
Yeah.
He said for real.
Dad Random said, but the haters are now moving on to a new host. Yay! Did you get nodded? Nah.
Who's the new one?
What's that?
The new one to hate.
No, nobody. Did you just really upload while you were talking to me?
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah.
You did. Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
what is this?
It's.
We took it out to the Indian River in Melbourne, Florida, part of the Indian River Lagoon area, which has
It's the Dory drone, man.
Okay.
It goes from 2 to 5 miles.
Bro. We have got to give you a personality.
I know.
Where the hell is your personality, man?
What do you want me to say? You want me to get all excited about the damn thing? Come on, it's hard. It's hard to get. You got a Matrice sitting over here, a Harley over there, and you want me to get excited about an underwater?
Oh my God!
I'm doing what I can.
You're sitting there, you're like, yeah, went to Indian River, and
you think the Indian River's exciting?
I was
Talk
like,
about your Tampa Reservoir. Come on, man.
I'm sure.
Hey, wait a minute.
I'm sure they love your reviews, man. I'm sure they're glad they sent it to you. They're extremely happy.
My mom likes my reviews.
Hey,
Okay.
everybody, this is Jim, straight from Florida, with the new Dory drone. Comes to you at $4.99, 5 thrusters, 2 Cree lights up front. Can do everything you want it to do in the world. The 1080p video.
Fucking there we go.
What do you want me to say, man?
No, you could have gone with the sales gimmick, though. I would have gone with the sales pitch.
I'm not getting paid.
You know what you need? You need one of those big flappy things in the wind. What do they call those things? The
Wacky floating
wacky, floaty, inflatable fucking things. You need like 2 of those in the background while you just rattle off a whole sales pitch about the Dory. Welcome to Wacky Scatters with the new Dory. Things in the background like, oh.
And you knew that was coming, right? Because we talked about it the other day.
No, I did not.
Dan's got the Mini, the Gladius Mini.
No, I don't. I've got the Advanced Pro.
I don't know what does that mean to
It
me.
means it's a lot more capable. The Mini's cool, but it doesn't handle the sea currents as well as the bigger ones do. The Mini's more for like reef diving and stuff, whereas the Advanced Pro can actually be taken out to check out shipwrecks and do all of it. So that's why I was suggesting to you, man, I would not be opposed to trading this one to you. It just needs a motor. I can either fix it and sell it to somebody else. Or I can trade it to you. It needs a motor. They're $47, right? Works perfect other than that. I'll put it all back together, refocus the camera. Everything's great, right? But that's not what I want. I don't want that. That's too big for my needs. I wanted something I could throw in my backpack and take on travels.
Dude,
So-
I gotta be honest with you. Then this thing, I mean, it comes in its own case.
No, I know. That's why I was like, that's what I need. I don't need that. That thing is $1,700. That thing is $500.
This thing is $500,
Right.
and this thing is just too easy.
No, and that's the point. That's why I said if you wanted to make that trade, that thing only needs a motor, and they're $47, and I can hook you up with the motor. So
That's 2 thrusters back. It's got the same amount of thrusters as yours does.
actually, no, this one only has 4.
Oh, this has got 5. It's
2 on
got-
the back, but see, this one was designed for acro and not self-leveling. You can do self-leveling; it's got it, but it was designed for acro. It can actually spin and barrel roll and flip in the water like it's flying. It's interesting, and it's fucking fast. Oh my god, is it fast in speed mode?
But you see, and that's not. I don't like that because I was going.
No, it has slow, medium, and fast.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, in slow mode, it's.
But dude, I actually found stuff on the bottom of the
Sure.
floor. And then what I like about this is it has that position hold, and it can stay like this while still going forward.
Yes. Now that is something that is. I don't think it's been. I haven't tampered with it in a while because obviously the motor's been down. They may have added it in by now because it does have gyros. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
they got gyroscopes in it.
Right. So this one even has the gyroscope. So by now they may have made that an official feature of the Advanced Pro model. I haven't, like I said, I haven't updated the app or anything since I got it. So for all I know, it is now accessible and it's got all this, the depth locked and all that crap because it does show you your depth. It shows you everything just like the other ones do. So, but like I said, man, this one is definitely very capable. I don't know. The worst decision I ever made was letting Robin use it because she got a rock stuck in the propeller and didn't tell me why. It was like for 15 minutes while I was swimming, dude, it was bugged up.
Oh,
So
she
it
burnt
was
the motor out.
burning that motor for 15 minutes. By the time I got my hands, I'm like, what the hell? She goes, I don't know. It's been like that for a while. And I
Oh,
was like,
God.
what? She's like, yeah. I was like, oh, come on, man.
Is that why is that honest to God? I'm not kidding now. Is that why it came with a tool that has a hook on the end to clear the motors? Because you know how down here in Florida we have this little coquina rock. It's like seashells, pieces of seashells that are so tiny, they will get in your thrusters and all that. Besides seaweed and all that other crap, and you need to clear that out, right?
Yeah, well, mine didn't come with a tool. Mine's you can just reach back there and pull things out. These are all-
These are so enclosed that
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to get at that thruster without the tool.
Yeah, that's a problem. Mine doesn't have that. Mine's open-ended. So, Yeah. What is Jim found? Okay, I'll post here if somebody wants to join. We're not ignoring anybody, guys. We're definitely here.
One of Water's white burner phones. Oh yeah. Mike, it looks like one of those Lifeline phones that you get for $15. You know.
No, but by the way, I don't watch Josh Bardwell. I don't care about other. Look, I watch people that support me. Josh Bardwell doesn't support me. Josh Bardwell is in this for himself. So I watch people that are supportive of other people. My objective is to help you guys grow.
That's absolutely true.
I don't care about what big channels are doing that are only in it for the self-interest. That means nothing to me. All of us have an opportunity to grow. We just need to help each other, and that's what this is about. So
he is a wealth of information, Gabe. You're right.
I'm not saying he's not, but I'm just saying I don't care to watch his content. Manic Magic.
Trevor, what's up?
Trevor, what's happening, buddy?
I just had to take McHenry down. Sorry.
All good. So, Jim, let me know if you want to make that trade, man. That's completely up to you. $1,700 for $500. If you want to do the flip, let me know.
And we'll do the flip because you're going to get me into the solo, and we're gonna talk. Here's why.
Did they give that to you? They gave it to you, right? The Gladius?
Yeah,
Okay.
What you need, Jim, is a sponsor. A sponsor for your personality. Just for men hair products.
It's a little dry. Yeah, see how it's going back gray again? My Just for Men wore off.
Oh, you need some shoe polish, buddy.
Shoe polish.
Yeah.
No, but and I think Lon can understand this too. You know the size of the matrice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, DJI has had available for 3-4 years now something called a manifold.
Right.
All a manifold is the NVIDIA Jetson TX2, which, oh my God, Skydio just managed to put into their drone.
Right.
Incorporated into the drone already.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the manifolds, you have to sit on top of a matrice.
Right.
That's why everybody who's into enterprise and high tech, they make their own damn drones. But that's why I also think, we were talking about this the other night. Skydio is just starting, man. If they've got this 1 point. Oh, you're taking your meds, Trevor, or what?
Yeah, I'm just agreeing with you. Scottio's going well.
All right. They've got that thing. They've already got a deal with Drone Deploy. I think they've got another drone already in the wings because they've got a pro kit for the Skydio 2 already. I saw it Drone Nerds or something like that. It's $2,500 and $178 a month for the damn thing.
See, Lon agrees too. He's taking his meds as well.
But it doesn't have the 1-inch camera on it, Lon. It doesn't have a micro four thirds. It's got the old 1/2.3.
Yeah, man. I mean, I had the biggest boner ever when the Skydio 2 came out. I'm serious.
Yeah.
I was in the top 100 orders. I kid you not. I called Skydio. I was in the top 100 orders, and it's slowly deflating as time is going by. Yeah. It's getting difficult to be excited about that drone. It really is. They keep going on and on about first responders. I'm like, bro, how am I going to fly that into a burning building with no light when it won't fly in low light conditions? How
really? Okay.
No, you know the limitations of it, and the sensor can't handle low light either.
Yeah.
The camera sensor.
Who can't?
Camera sensor.
Oh yeah. It's optical. Yeah. M2E can fly around inside a building though.
Do you see how they attach these? This is really interesting, right?
Yeah.
Heat shrink. That's it.
Oh, there's no plug-in?
Yeah, no, just heat shrink. You just cut it open, disconnect the wires, and then heat shrink them together.
What's the battery size on that? Because the battery size on this is 4,800 milliwatt hours, and this damn thing will go for an hour.
Yeah, this actually has a 2-hour runtime and sometimes 3, depending on how hard you push it. This has two 11.1 volt batteries in each fuselage. So This is a battery, and this is a battery. And then you got your tube with all your innards, obviously. But yeah, this one's perfect, man. We even had the eyeballs put on it. I know you like that. Got to scare it. No, it looks angry, man. And the lights on this are fucking bright.
These lights are 250 lumens each.
These are 4,000 lumens. These are crazy, bro. Anyways.
This thing feels like it's a pound and a half.
Right.
It's that light.
No, this thing weighs like, oh, dude, if I had to guess, somewhere close to like 7.5 pounds, man. This
is that why the price tag's there for the weight?
How do you carry that, Dan?
It's hard. It hurts my wrist right now to hold it like this. It's
quite
putting a lot of pressure on my wrist. Well, but this one is $1,700. Not only that, it has the windable cord, so you can actually do this. It's also the floating buoy. But what's fun about that is it comes with the cord that unwinds itself, so you can just set it on the corner and just drive out, and it'll just unspool itself when you're ready. Bring it back in and just twist it, and it rolls itself back up. But like I said, this is too big for my knee. This would take up my whole backpack.
That's what I'm saying. How do you carry that around?
Well, because it comes with a backpack.
Oh,
this has its own backpack.
Its own case. And the transmitter, the buoy, I don't think that. I think that's a couple of grams. It's not even half a pound,
dude.
And 50-foot cord, you're off.
Let me show you the transmitter on mine. You'll get a kick out of this.
It's just like, Lon, why wasn't this made a hell of a long time ago?
Well, I'm not sure it wasn't. It's just that stuff doesn't trickle down to consumers until there's a market. You know what I mean? And there just wasn't and I'm not sure there's still not necessarily a market. I mean,
I agree.
I'm not sure who all wants to, run subs around.
I tell you what, Lon, I was kind of the same way. But right off the bat, I'm finding phones and all that. And then I'm like, oh, my God, if there's a phone there's got to be somebody's keys, somebody's wallet, somebody's this, somebody's that.
I think in the 80s, they would have been keen if it was available at the right price. That's when subs and whatnot were saw more of a novelty.
How pimp is that, man?
Well, they were in Australia anyway. Looks a nice controller.
It does look really cool.
It does. It looks good.
Not only that, you can house your tablet. You can unlock it.
I could see that, yeah.
Lock it up, and then you just take your phone, slide it right in, boom, that's it.
Lock and load.
The thing is that just like anything else, just like flying a drone, the sun blanks out your screen. So you can still use your sun hood because you're only using your thumbs to control the thing on screen.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it all depends. Like I said, I mean, there's got to be a market for a company to, to come out with something.
Well, the way I look at it, man, that one's $500. The mini is like $1,000 plus like $200 for the extra size cable, and then you have your advanced Pro model, and then you have the one that I have, which is the advanced Pro model version 2. Okay, so this is the biggest one that they make with all the frickin' waze, splaze, scoozy features and all that craziness. But like I said, man, it's too much. I don't need it. I need something I can throw in a backpack and take out easily. So if you want a big boy toy, it needs a motor. That's it. It's the only thing it's waiting on. I'll put it all back together.
Do you need the motor? Do you need me to get the motor?
I mean, right now might be kind of rough, but I will get the motor if I have to. I gotta see. It's like $49 if she gives me a 30% discount. If not, it's like $67 plus shipping. So
well, you know what? Just give me a call and I'll just order them.
So and that's up to you, man. If you want to do it that way, that's fine. It's gonna cost a fortune to ship this thing as well because it's not. I'm
going to drive over for that so we can both have some fun with our drones and the water drones and our regular drones.
That's a good idea there, Jim. Collab.
lives close enough to me. What? You're like 2 hours away.
It is. They just make it inconvenient with this roadway system we have. I actually have to drive an hour north just to start heading over west to Dan. It's ridiculous.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Stupid.
No, it is. It's a ridiculous setup. Oh, drone on. Brian is here. I'm flying with him tomorrow. Evening, gentlemen. I have a few moments. Thought I would check in with my favorite pilot, DW.
He was the one that was with you at DW Fest, right?
Yeah, he's always with me, man. We do everything together. He's saying, "Hey, Jim." Bah.
What's up?
So yeah, man, essentially all I want, I don't care about checking out shipwrecks or any of that craziness, but if you want something that can do it, that can do it. You know, that's got almost a 400-foot downrange and 300 meters of distance with Wi-Fi. That does 2.4 and 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi band, so you can choose whatever signal you want.
This does 5G too.
But I will tell you, the camera on that is way more advanced than the Dory. The Dory.
Well, I'll tell you what. Now, take a look at the video I posted when you get a chance, whenever you want. My first time out,
Right.
you know, and it ain't bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not perfect at controlling it, and as you guys can imagine, now when you hit bottom, you're stirring up the
Oh yeah,
muck.
you always stir stuff up.
Yeah.
You've seen some of my videos, man, where I've taken it out to like Lithia Springs where the water's stupid clear and you can see all the fish and you know, I mean, it looks amazing. And I still haven't figured out. I'm not a camera guy, so I'm messing with the settings to see what looks best. You know, I'll still see a few little checker marks in there. I'm like, it's still not right. And that's at, you know, 100 millibits per second, and I'm trying to shoot in 4K or 1080 at 120 frames per second. A camera person would know immediately what the good settings would be. But I don't think you have the ability to do red lens on that because it doesn't go deep enough, does it? Yeah, see, this one will also allow you to do all the filters in the red lens if you want to put those on there. So I don't know, man. They're different models. They're designed for different things.
This is really a carry and go.
No, I agree. Yep. And like I said, that's what I'm looking for. But if you want a superior model, it's
the only reason I rushed that video out is because the only videos I've seen are in people's pools. What the hell do I want to see this thing in your backyard pool for?
By the way, you should not be using them in pools, and I have told them numerous times.
Chlorine.
Not to do that because the chlorine will eat away at all the seals and the grease and all the lubrication that they use. You can't tell. I even tried the guy that runs the Chasing Innovation YouTube channel, whatever his name is, Greg or whatever the hell. Yeah, I've told him numerous times, stop using it in the pool. Instead, he called me a troll and canned me off his channel.
Dan, what about the saltwater-based pools where they've got no chlorine in? Are they too much too?
Same thing. If you got chlorine in it, you're killing. Chlorine takes the suntan lotion off you.
Yeah.
In the pool, and you'll see it floating on top of the water. Well, that's what the chlorine's for.
What it does. Yep. It's designed to eat that crap away. Yeah. So if you're sitting around playing with your, you know, all your stuff that's sealed with Vaseline and other things, you know what I'm saying? It's just,
that can conjure up lots of activities.
Yeah, well, and that's. Hey, did anybody question why they had to send me 2 gladiuses? Because the first one went in my pool. Guess which one got sent back after the pool? Yep, the first one. That was how we found out that it's not supposed to be put in chlorine pools. They didn't even know it. That was the funny thing, is they had no idea.
What, so you had done it?
What's that? Yeah, it was the first thing I did was take it over to my parents' pool, and they just freshly had new chlorine put in it. And I was like, yeah, and I chucked it in there, and I was doing circles around the pool. I'm like, this is super cool. And then all of a sudden it started getting really laggy, and I was like, what the hell? And then I saw like water start filling up the lens, and I was like, what the hell? And then all of a sudden it just went at $2,000 right to the bottom of the pool.
That just makes common sense to me. I mean, the first thing I did was put Vaseline around the XLR. I got it. What the hell? Besides the fact of why the hell do I want to see it in your pool? I'm not paying $500.
No, but and that's the thing is I think for a lot of people it's easy to learn in the pool, which is why they do it first so they can understand the controls. Well, they need a warning that says only fresh water or
And
only,
plus-
you know what I'm saying? No chlorine based pools, no bromine pools, none of that kind of stuff.
And plus, they're keen to try it out too, and that was probably the quickest and easiest place to get their float their boat.
You know, Trevor, they show it themselves in a pool.
Yeah.
Dan.
Yeah, no,
I've seen them.
and I agree with that, and that's why I said the whole thing is really goofy. I reached out to the guy that ran his page, but the lady that I originally got my Gladius from, I was mad because they stopped posting support for the version 1 and the version 2 for the Pro models, right? They were like, "Oh, nobody's buying this thing, even though it's the 2 best models we have. Nobody's purchasing it." So now all you can do is get parts for it. They don't sell them anymore. You can't get the advanced Pro models anymore. You can only get the parts for them. They're just not selling them. So the whole thing was, I got mad because I reached out to him like, so let me get this right. You basically built a drone. Now all of them, and by the way, these are your financial backers that started your company. Without the people that started your company, you wouldn't have anything right now. You're cutting them off, right? And you're making all of the parts for the units that they bought extremely expensive while you sit here and you make underpowered units at a fraction of the cost that they didn't have to, that they probably would have rather had than this. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And you screwed them. You screwed the pooch. Why would I pay $67 per motor? That's nuts. That is nuts. $67 a motor? That's craziness. Why? And then I come to find out they're custom built motors. You can't get them anywhere. Gladius had them all long shaft and custom made. So they got you. They got you by the balls. Anytime you need motors, you have to go through Gladius.
Again, just like a DJI product.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something. If you go to Chasing Innovations right now on Google, you hit details.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at it. It says brand, DJI, type, drone, feature, mini. This has got to be a mistake, right?
I would assume so, because they have no affiliation with DJI.
It's a Shenzhen company, though.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean they have an affiliation with DJI. They're just from Shenzhen. Yeah.
Doing.
By the way, there's like 200 districts in Shenzhen. So what district are they in?
Right.
It's like
crazy. And so instead of supporting models, they backed off.
So yeah, what they did is they stopped selling them, the version 1 and the version 2. So the version 1 was the one like Dustin Donnell. He put into the crowdfunding for the version 1. Okay. And that was the one where you couldn't detach the cable from the top. That was the version 1. This is the version 2 where you can unscrew the cable and part them. And the one he has, you can't part them. They're connected for good. That's it. It's like an umbilical cord link-up system. There's no removing it, right? So they stopped hosting either of those. You can't purchase them anymore. So what they've done now is they've gone, we have all these people that spent $2,000 with us buying these drones, and now we have these other models that look more professional, even though they don't quite do what the big ones do. They look, like consumers would be more willing to buy these than these.
They're only selling the one model now.
They're selling mini. 2. They're selling the mini, and then they're selling the Dory.
Yeah, but I mean, the mini, there are no
other models. Right, just the one model. Right. So that was the whole thing, is that you can, if you go to Get FPV still sells the Pro. They're stuck with those. They can't get rid of them. Nobody wants to buy the Pro models because they're way too expensive. Chasing Innovation still wants almost upwards of $2,000 for the original ones.
Really?
So Get FPV probably spent close to $1,200 a unit, and they were hoping to make that money back plus more for the store by selling them off at a higher price. But nobody's buying them. So now they're just stuck. It says this item will not be restocked after sale. Who knows how long they've been sitting on them? Hell, they've been out a year. How many have Get FPV sold? So they bought all these, and now they can't sell the damn things. Don't get me wrong; they have their place. They're totally worth the money. It's just most people aren't going to be buying it.
What would most people be using it for? You're right. It's not. Yeah. It's not a quick toss in the water, have fun.
Yep. Nope. There's a little setup required. You get this out, you get that out, you turn it on, you get it connected to the Wi-Fi, you up it, you turn the lights on, make sure everything's working properly. Then you do your compass calibration so that because there's no GPS. You need to know when you're pointed at yourself underwater so that you know you're coming back towards yourself. So you have to set the compass every time. Okay, I mean it's a little progress, but remember you're also in the water for 2 hours, over 2 hours at a time with this thing. So you know if you can go down to 400 feet, heck, most of your shipwrecks in Tampa are 250 or less. You know, so you can go down 250 feet and check out all the sail barges, the USG Blackthorn shipwreck. You can go inside the hull. You don't need a dive flag. Like there are plenty of reasons to own the Pro model versus the Mini or the other one. I mean, you're not taking on. Unfortunately, man, you can't take on the sea currents with the Mini. Even Adobo got back to me. Ken Dono said, "Dude, it sucks in open water." As well, mine did great in open water. It was heavy enough and big enough that it just wasn't affected by the currents. So it just pushed right through everything it had. You know, there was a little bit of rocking around under there, but not when I saw his footage, man. His was like, it looked like it was getting tossed around pretty good. I was like, oh, okay.
Really?
Yeah, so there's a reason. Like I said, man, I can't believe. I even told him, I reached out to Chasing. I said, Chasing, why would you get rid of the two models that are meant for open sea? You've got these units that are great for large bay, open area water stuff, and you can't use the Mini because they just can't handle the currents. So, you'll be trying to go inside of a ship and it'll just be getting pushed around by the underground, you know what I'm saying? The underwater currents. It's like, oh, whereas the Pro weighs enough that it just goes.
Maybe that's what the weight's do. Yeah.
It makes all the difference. That and the tensile strength is like 200 pounds on the cable that connects to the Advanced Pro. They really thought that one through. You could jerk and yank on that all you want. If you got it caught on something, you could put up quite a fight with it. They knew what they were doing. So I don't know, man. They both have their place. I just wanted something backpack friendly, and I thought this was going to be backpack friendly when they gave it to me, and it was not.
No. I
had to bring a whole backpack plus a whole nother backpack plus the carrying case for the 400 feet of cable. It's like, oh my God. Yeah. But like I said, if you want to dive that deep, that's what it requires. So this is what it is.
Keeping that all in untangled and all that other crap.
It's actually really easy. Yours is the hard one. Not having that winding ability is going to be the difficult one.
Oh, but you just do it like an electrical cord. You just put it on your thumb and go whoop, 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 whoop.
Yeah, with this, it's really easy. You just grab the guideline and you just slowly move your hand back and forth while you wind like this until it's all the way back up. And then you just disconnect it and throw it back in the case and you're done. That is something that I really like that they did with that is that spool. That spool setup is perfect. It was a great design.
It makes sense.
What's that?
It makes sense.
Yeah, no, it's perfect. None of the other ones out there have the spool. Nothing. I haven't seen any of the other ones with a spool. Gladius is the only company that produces ROVs that I've ever seen with a spool.
I mean, think about a fishing line. You know what I mean?
Yeah, makes total sense.
I made spools for my kites when I was into kite flying in the 80s. And because some of the kites were stunt kites and the wind was that strong, I could not wind them in by hand unless I designed my own spool.
What happened, Trev?
I said I had to design my own spool with stunt kites when I was into kite making.
Oh.
Because I was under the winds were so strong that I couldn't bring them in by hand because it was just impossible. So I made my own spool to wind them in.
I was lazy. When it came to flying kites, I just hooked them to a fishing pole.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Once you got them up in the air, you could just reel them back in as you needed, pull on them to make them change direction. It was really easy. You guys never did kite fishing?
I never did kite fishing, but just did flying kites for the sport.
Yeah. That was the easiest way to fly. That way you didn't have to wrap it all back up the stick. You could just wind it back up and pull it back into yourself. If you wanted to change direction, that was my dad taught me. It was easy.
Cool.
Watching everybody sit there and struggle I was like, oh, geez. This looks kind of goofy. Yeah, it's on a stick. So you tie the stick in between them so you don't have two lines, right? You just tie the rope on the end of each stick, and then you tie the fishing string in the middle. And if you jerk hard enough one way fast, it'll automatically change the direction of the kite. this way or that way. It's always keeping the tension right in the middle unless you jerk at a certain angle. See what I'm saying? No? Okay.
I hear you. I'm doing
I
something else.
get it. I've just never even seen anybody doing it.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. We used to fly the Blue Angels kites like that.
Never.
I used to make a lot of different kites.
I had a talented dad, I guess.
That's where you've got your hobby from. Because obviously, you've extended your hobby in different directions, but it still remained.
I crashed more kites than I flew, man.
Oh,
Well, that's
geez,
okay. That's part of the art.
My dad made it look simple. I was not so simple, man.
Crashing's great.
Crashing's great. Not with kites.
Yeah, no, they only take a couple of those and then they're broken.
And
That's
You
all
get
right.
in the power lines, all sorts.
You know, they got the dollar store kites.
yeah, the guy crashed my Mavic 2 Pro with a kite.
Really?
Filming him flying kites, and he decided he wanted to get fancy because somebody was filming him. They ran a kite right into my drone.
Ooh, fancy. That's fancy.
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 You know?
Well, guys, I think I'm gonna get ready to shut this down, man. We've been on for quite a while now, almost 2.5 hours. So I think I'm ready to. I'm starting to yawn and stuff now.
All right, peace.
I think I'm ready to call it, man. Thanks for coming in there,
No
Alon.
worries.
You're going to set up a shop in the garage?
What's that?
Are you going to set up a shop in the garage?
I have no idea yet. The only reason I haven't is because our garage door is broken on the other side, so we can't get it open. So we wanted to set up my studio over there, but we can't because the garage door doesn't go up. So it's making things really difficult right now. So I don't know what they're going to do with the garage door. If they can ever fix it and get it open, then yeah, I'll probably move the studio out there. Then I can have some late nights with you guys, and we can sit up and talk and not have to worry about, waking people up. Right now, the only reason I'm able to have this show is because they're at Thanksgiving dinner with other people. So their bedroom is right there. As you can see, the light is on. It's a glass door between me and them. So I can't exactly stay up and live stream at night.
Right.
Doesn't work that way.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
So where are you situated now then?
At
Where
the
am I
parents.
situated?
Are you
I'm at the
parents?
parents. That's
I
my
thought that was the case. I
that's
just
my
want to
bed.
confirm that.
that's my
Yeah,
bed
fair enough.
behind me.
Yep, I understand. You're going to do what you're going to do.
Dude, I mean, they're helping me with. I mean, they're not paying. Obviously, they're just helping with medical stuff. They're not helping
That's
me pay
right.
bills.
Mhm.
They're just helping me with the medical stuff. So coming up with my own money to pay my own car insurance and all that stuff is hard because I'm not working. You know what I'm
You got to
saying?
do what you got to do.
It's rough, dude. Not being able to work. The doctors are telling you don't be on your feet, don't do this, don't do that. It's
Do that with your
Exactly.
hernia.
what's that?
You can't do that with your hernia
No, I
patch.
know, but that's the thing though, is that's why I said right now, like I'm trying to sell the boat because no money, There's certain things that I just don't have a choice on right now. I'd love to keep the boat so I don't have to worry about it, but hey man, you got to do what you got to do to make ends meet, So now I'm working on a friend's car, try to get that running. If I can get that running, then I'll sell that, give her part of it, keep part of it, like just kind of wheeling and dealing, kind of like Kiwi does right now, trying to get by,
Yeah.
So as long as I can pay bills, then we're good to go. Adrian, you kind of came in at a late time here, brother. We're getting ready to shut down. Sorry, man. I know.
He's just saying goodbye.
Goodbye.
But yeah, Jim, we'll get in contact, man. If or you can just come take it, and I'll show you how to get the motor and where to get it from. All the screws are pretty self-explanatory to put it back together. You can see how the other motor's mounted, so it's pretty hard to fuck that up.
We gotta meet up to have fun anyway.
Yeah. So
That'd be good, Jim.
it's up to you, man. I got all the parts here for it, so it's just sitting there waiting on the damn motor. I put the other motors in that did not work. Kept crapping out the system. So those other motors are not. They draw too much power. They were designed for a larger rig, I think. So yeah, they're trying to draw too much. No. Anyways. Oh my God, that's a ton of messages in a short span of time.
I know. I do.
Adrian. Mike. Oh man.
Oh, he's had his kids all night. Yeah, they're not in bed yet. It's too early for that.
Yeah,
He's had to feed the kids and everything.
I'm a big kid. I'm going to bed. I still haven't reviewed this stupid Snaptane drone. It's still sitting on my damn dresser. I don't know when I'm gonna get around to it. I don't even feel like I'd rather go fly FPV than review this Snaptane drone. Isn't that sad when you don't have the energy to do a review? You just like look at it and you go, "Gah, that means work." Ugh. I remember when this used to be exciting, Jim, when it was fun to get these little toys from manufacturers and get excited about it, but then you're like, oh, look, I got to do SP500, blah, blah. It's cool, GPS, and then after the review's over, you get like 200 views and it's done with.
Yeah.
You go, God, was that even worth my time?
Everybody's looking for something different. What's new? What's it gonna do that this one doesn't do? You know what I mean? There's like a fight in the $100 category of,
Telling you. Well, hell, this is for a brushed. They want like $170 for this thing. That's crazy to me. I don't care that it has GPS. It doesn't have any stabilization software. So it's a toy drone, man. I like Snaptane. I just all of a sudden their prices got a little crazy for me.
It's a brushed motor.
Yeah, it's not brushless. It's like a $170 drone. GPS, but brushed. No stabilization.
Toy.
All you can do is tilt the camera down and tilt it up, servo driven though. It's
A toy.
Well, thanks guys. Everybody saying great show. Don't forget to smash the like button on the way out. Jim, we will talk because right now, man, not being able to go to work, I got plenty of time on my hands. So.
Oh yeah, we got two things to talk about too. We still got to talk batteries.
Yeah, this is
Batteries.
true, man. This is true.
All right, I'll catch you later. You do have my number, right?
Or you can just send it to me. I don't think I have it, but you can send it to me. Just hit me on Facebook and just send it right to Facebook.
Talking on Facebook Messenger.
I know, or Discord. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'll catch you later, guys. I'll send you a message now, Dan.
Sounds good.
Jimbo. Catch you
Trevor,
later.
thanks, buddy. All righty, guys, that's it. Say bye, Trevor. Bye.
I hope you get better too, buddy.
Yeah, thank you, man.
I'm nearly out of it now.
Not me. I'm in for the long haul, bro.
I think I'm just the lucky one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think I got through over it. The first 3 weeks was the hardest. Went a bit loopy. Even got swatted on my own live stream.
Jim was just in here. He swatted you.
Yeah, Kiwi ended up calling the Ambos. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh well, but I'm back to normal. It's all good. So I hope you get there, bud.
It's good to have you back, man. I have a lot more surgery to go. So
yeah. I had 2 in 2 nights.
Yeah. All right, brother.
Catch you, mate.
Bye.
Trudy.
Later, everybody in chat. I'm gone. I'm flying with Brian tomorrow. Ken Dono should be hanging out with us hopefully later if he actually gets a chance to make it through. Original Dobo should join us for some FPV flying. I hope he comes out, man. I've made this extremely easy for him to get in touch with me and do this stuff with us. So I hope he does come out and fly some FPV, get him away from some of the GPS, show him the fun you can really be had in FPV, let him smash up a few of the micro brushless units that I have and get a feel for things, and hopefully he enjoys it. So be looking forward to that video if that comes out. I probably won't post it until the day after, but yeah, so see where things go. Right now, guys, I'm just having fun doing what I do, just enjoying myself. So that's what we're going to keep doing. All right, guys, get to the real.